It is a world of darkness. The sin of Cain has spawned the cursed horror that stalks the night in search of living blood. The kindred have long been a secret influence through all ages of human history, plotting against each other in a never-ending jihad. Their immortal progeny are among us to this day, hidden from the eyes of humanity by an elaborate masquerade.
Burn it at both ends. I like the fire causing mayhem. I'm not tired, I've been waiting. I'm not forsaken. I'm my own and I'm jaded. Energy comes from my hatred. Call me the villain, cause I be killing. I got no feeling, I've been dealing with all my demons. I like to feed them, they be chilling. Yeah, they be screaming. I can hear them in my mind. They just wanna find any fight, any reason.
Dark side, there ain't no place to hide. All your fears are electrified. Welcome to the hard side, where it's all do or die. We're the shadow to the light. I can feel it in my bones. I'm addicted to the thirst. I ain't never letting go, even when it hurts. This is my curse. Shake your rubber.
Have to be working to deserve it. Adrenaline is surging, ain't no serving. I'm the king, bring me everything that I've ever wanted, that I need. I believe I could be anything, watch me. Give me a second to blow, give me a second to grow. Be at the top of the show, be at the top like a pro. I flip the switch, different mode. No, they ain't laughing, no joke, cause I attack when they won't.
Welcome to the dark side, there ain't no place to hide. All your fears are electrified. Welcome to the hard side, where it's all do or die. We're the shadow to the light. I can feel it in my bones. I'm addicted to the thirst. I ain't never letting go, even when it hurts. This is my curse.
the only viewer on?
Come on.
Oh, are you? Well, then let's do this, you and I. Oh, it just says one person who's
There
watching.
we go. We are back. Yeah. Twitch will do that sometimes. I'm not too sure how it gathers that metrics, but it sometimes cheats me out of some viewers. It is what it is.
Well, it's well, it's cheating you out of us. Maybe it knows we don't count.
But the funny thing is, it will actually show Todd watching without sound. I see a little icon next to his name whenever he chats in the chat, and it says that it shows me anyways that he doesn't have sound.
Oh
on.
yeah, I see that.
Yeah, because I turned my sound off too.
Yeah, I mean
on Twitch. Yeah,
it makes sense. You don't want what you just said 13 seconds ago coming back in your ear.
The delay is maddening.
Right.
it's fun to watch the stream while listening to us because it's like watching a kung fu movie.
No,
it can be.
Nope. I'll pass. Sorry.
That's weird. I wonder why Todd's has the muted thing. Watching without audio.
I don't know.
He's special.
Yes, he's definitely special.
Yeah, I see
There we go. I got it.
Who's doing recap?
Are we live?
I did it last
we're
time.
live.
Okay.
Somebody is testing. I don't want to test.
Okay, so last game, the meeting between Damaris and Bastion went down.
Mm-hmm.
Quite smoothly, a lot more smoothly than I expected it to go. Like I was prepared for like some sort of backstabbing battle type deal. Like, but it didn't happen. Though he got me later.
No, you got the backstabbing. You just didn't get the fighting.
Yeah, got the backstabbing. Let's see here. We met up at Revis's place. We had a female show up. Her name was Zyla Eve. I think I say that right. She was looking for Trudy.
Oh yeah,
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
She was given to Trudy as sort of an offering from Ashunan Rowan. I think that's right.
Yeah.
Let me just take a look. Oh, Henry, we talked about his feeding restrictions and not to let his ghouls walk all over him because his ghoul was the last 2 weeks in a
MIA.
Casino.
Ghoul intervention.
Doing well, but still MIA. So we had that discussion. And actually, he also worked out his feeding restrictions with Revis and the Bradoviches. And Revis is teaching disciplines in exchange, but that's only a temporary for like 6 months. After 6 months, we're going to have to find a new arrangement of sorts for that. We also talked about Aaliyah and the hegemony in Welliver about possibly being mummies or within that realm. Let me think here. I think I got everything. I think I got that. Yeah, and then I know there's more in there, but I'm sure I'm missing something.
No, that's a good recap.
Oh, and the rats aren't doing that well because Dahlia's fungus is like stunting their growth and stuff.
you missed the last most important part of the recap.
Uh-oh, what's that?
No, she didn't miss the last most important part. You're overstressing the importance. Just because a member of the city was kidnapped by the Black Hand, there's no need to get upset.
I don't know that yet, which is why I didn't bring it up.
I applaud your restraint.
Yes, I wanted to, and I don't know how I'm going to react.
That's a good question.
Yet.
Do we know that yet, Jerome?
Nope.
No.
Okay, I just want to make sure before we start.
No, I haven't seen her. How long has it been since that night?
It has since that night. It has now been a week.
A week, and I have not heard from Dahlia in that time.
It's not entirely uncommon.
That's true.
Because she's actually, quote unquote, living with the boyfriend.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, then that's my recap.
No, that's good.
Notes that I had. So.
That's good. Okay, so where we are picking up then we are going to, as I stated, it's been about a week. I will let some of you guys decide how you want to assemble the gathering. You know, if you're going to put the bat spotlight up into the sky and call the anarchs to some place.
Anarchs assemble.
You know.
You know what? Maybe we should just have like a regularly scheduled meeting.
That sounds so organized for anarchs. Are you
What?
sure you want to take
Like,
that step?
like court?
And especially for us, like,
Hey, look, there's nothing wrong with being efficient.
I mean,
Oh
there's
wait,
a good
it's
part-
efficient versus organized. I
That's
get
such
it.
a
Wrong
Tremere
word.
thing. That's such a Tremere thing to say.
The
Well,
thing
I've
is,
been
I like
learning from a
efficient. I like
Tremere.
that approach. I can run with that one.
the more organized that is, the easier it could be for others to notice that pattern.
Mm-hmm.
True.
So
Yeah.
I've been like low key kind of floating that idea, and I don't know what happened. We just stuff happens.
My motto is, where Ben goes, I go.
I know you guys are like that.
Okay, so
oh, we're gonna get banned. Lewd hairdressers.
Sophie's gonna say in the chat, anyone opposed to meeting this time on a weekly basis at the Drachenflügel, just on a regular basis?
Damaris will respond yes, but I don't think the location should be the same every time.
Revis will indicate his agreement with that.
Same with Ben. He
Yeah,
gives a thumbs
same
up
with
to that.
same with me.
Fair enough.
I had to remember what my name was.
A rotating location.
Mm-hmm.
We need a third. I'm going to type that in. We need a third location.
Okay.
Let's
Well-
talk about that at the meeting.
Yep.
Okay. So those texts are being sent off. Little ICQ chimes going off on everybody's cell phones. And I know I dated myself with that, but those of you who don't know, it's every time you got a text from that, it was, uh-oh.
Oh yeah.
Yep, in the background.
Yep.
Yep.
I think I still know my number from
The ICQ number.
I think.
Mine was
God,
something.
that's really dating yourself. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, mine was something like 511778 or something like that.
I don't
Yeah,
remember
mine started
mine.
with a 2, but that was so long. Oh my god, I haven't thought about
I think
ICQ.
it was
in
my
decades.
employee number that I had to clock in with when I worked at a store.
Oh
I
wow.
refuse to acknowledge that I know what that
didn't do that at
means.
all. So
I never used it. I think I knew about it, but I never used it.
What was that one where you could log into all your messenger accounts
Oh
at
yeah, I
once?
remember that.
They had a couple like that, but Trillion was one that
Trillion, that
I
was
used
it.
Trillion. Yeah.
There were a couple like that. I liked that because I had 9 email accounts.
Yeah. So
Anyway.
now that I've fully distracted us with antiquated
thanks.
chat programs.
blast from the past.
Yes,
Let's talk
Henri.
about dial-up.
So there is a knock on your coffin or wherever it is that you securely lay yourself for the evening.
Who?
Henri.
Okay.
Oh, I thought I heard you. So I rise.
So now is actually a great a great time to tackle that. We know you have a haven. Where is it exactly you sleep and how? Are you in a bed? Are you in a refrigeration unit?
So I've been experimenting with my Gango ability to meld with Earth. So within the sewer, there's an area that's dirt. So sometimes I will sleep within the dirt because after having my last place burned down, I don't want to wake up in the middle of a fire again.
Okay. So you're looking for a broken section of pipe.
Right.
It's so on brand.
So that sounds fine.
Well,
So
you know,
then,
like-
so then,
so
what
I-
happens is you rise for the evening,
Okay.
and brush yourself off. Go climb back inside your haven, and Skeeter is looking around for you,
Oh,
like
who's
doing
there?
this, like, looking around. And when you finally come walking in, she's like, "Dang it, man! I need to be able to find you."
I prefer to be hidden. That's it. I don't know what to say. I am here. What does you need?
There's like somebody important knocking on your door.
Someone important? How do you know it's someone important?
Because he came with like several guys.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to text the chat. And then
The mafia's here.
Bonjour, mon amis. There is someone here with other friends, and they're at my door. I'm going to greet them, but I just want to know to let all of you know that there are people at my sanctuary. I'm going to answer the door.
Leave the phone on.
I'm gonna text, like, wait, do we know where Henri lives?
Not
No.
everybody.
Okay.
Ben,
You're going to get text from Reva
I do.
saying, leave your phone on. Open it up and leave it on.
or like, and the speaker phone. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay, I will
Dial my number. Leave your phone on.
Okay, it is. Skeeter, is this? Oh wait, hello. Can you hear me now?
Yes, Henri, I can hear you now.
Okay, very good. Okay, I'm going to put this in my pocket, and I'm going to see it at the door. Also, I walk up to the door. I'm like,
Okay, so as he's walking, you hear as his phone is, of course, on and brushing up his. So
Yeah.
it's like a lot
Thank
of
God I can't smell it, though.
loud
He came out of
sounds.
the sewer ground. Yeah, we're going to have to get that man some serious deodorant.
No, it's actually because he put it in his pocket. It's the phone brushing up against a cloth.
No,
So-
I was talking about what he smells like since he came out of the sewer ground,
But-
though.
That's true.
I mean, out of character, what I probably should do is install like a wash station that they have, like a scientist place, one of those little wash showers.
When you wake
There you
up,
go.
you just walk in and just let it hose you down
Yep.
Yeah.
with dispectant.
Yeah.
He's like,
I-
yes,
Contamination.
I have the Purell. I am now clean.
That'll work.
So
All right,
Goes
so
to
I'm
touch
gonna
the breath.
I'm gonna take on my my middle-aged Marcel face, put that on, and go to the door.
okay, there are two cars currently parked here, two sedans, a total of 5 individuals. One of which is a tall European-looking individual with long black hair. If you have met Don Malcolm, that is who it is.
I don't think
Oh, I know him.
Most of you know who he is.
So I describe all this out loud before answering the door, so that Revis can hear everything.
Is that one of the cams,
Giovanni.
Giovanni? Okay. He said suits. That's what I was thinking. Cam didn't occur to me it would be a Giovanni because I thought he would recognize him. He's seen more of them than I have, I thought.
I don't think he's had a lot of interaction with him.
No, I
I don't know.
I don't even
Okay,
think he
well-
was at the wedding.
Onward, Henri.
Repeat everything you just said, and I go to the door and I answer the door. I'm like, hello? How may I help you?
He says, Henri, this is Don Malcolm Velanese. I don't know if we've officially met.
No, I think I remember the name, but no, we have not met. How may I help you?
I wanted to come and discuss some business with you, if now is an appropriate time.
This will be fine. I have my apprentices are working. Let me dismiss them so we may discuss in private.
Oh, I mean, you can have them around. I'm not terribly concerned about them, especially if you have them doing something. I understand that you're behind on your leatherworking.
You say way behind. You know quite a bit.
You may recall that he's married to Trudy.
Okay. And like, yes, come. Are your associates going to be entering as well, or are they going to?
So he motions. Two of them take a point on either side of the door that he's entering to follow him, and then they hang out on the top level.
Okay.
Somewhere.
So as we're coming in, I'm like, Skeeter, these are associates of mine. You may continue your work. If it's an emergency, yes, of course, come and contact me. But we are going to have a little conversation over here.
And these guys all look like typical Goombas.
Okay.
Like they look like they're muscle of some kind, but well dressed. So
that's funny. I said the mafia, and it really is.
Yeah. And Skeeter kind of like looks, at them like for a second. She does like one of these numbers. They don't flinch. So she goes back to doing, trying to keep up with the leather working and making sure she's not, botching anything. They have a pile at this point, not terribly high, but they have a pile at this point of botched attempts.
Okay.
So that's something new.
So we'll probably end up turning those into like bookmarks and
recycle them into something so you don't lose them. But yeah, it's clear that they're still on a learning curve.
That works. Okay.
So he follows you down, kind of looking around, and he says, "It's an interesting venue for a haven."
It was Shruti assisted me with this. It's with my last haven was dispatched quite appropriate. It was quite appropriate. So when we were looking for something that was out of the way, that had lots of room, and this does. So
fair enough.
So I mean, we have worked on it to make it to have more working area, and it has good sewer access. As they say, it checks off all of the things on a list as it works.
So you've made it your own, is what you're trying to tell me.
Yes, yes. Almost. I'm getting there.
Getting there telling me, or getting there making it your own?
Getting there making it my own. I'm not going to tell you everything about the place. It's my haven.
Fair enough. I just wanted to make sure. I understand that you have a predilection of giant texts.
Well, this texting, it's LOL. Why not just say laugh out loud? It's so stupid. It's like you say what you are thinking.
That was my bad. I apologize.
It's okay. When you speak fluently is how we would say. But you have come to visit. How may I help you?
Well, I came with a business proposition, one that I think would benefit the both of us.
Right.
It may not benefit you in the short term, but I do believe it would benefit you in the long term.
All right.
You are aware of Robert's gambling habits.
I am. Yes, I am. He has done quite well, but he is quite addicted.
Yes. He's currently in the hole to us by about 2,000.
It should not be difficult for him to make up the way he gambles.
No. Again, that's why I'm visiting you and not him.
Okay.
It's not 2,000 is not really a big deal to us, especially given some of the gains that he has been able to produce. So he's merely on a downswing, I believe, at this point. But that is why I'm here to speak to you.
As you say.
We would like to bring him in.
Bring him in how? What do you mean?
As a part of the organization, so to speak.
Elaborate, please.
He would become what is known in gambling circuits as a beard.
Yep.
Someone who places bets for someone else.
Oh, because he is good at gambling, so it'd be like maybe doing commission work per se.
Something like that. But he also seems to have a good predilection for dealing with others in this space. I'm certain he's actually talked to you at least a couple of times about some of the individuals he may have met.
Yes, he has mentioned the special animal dinners and so forth. And
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Something that slipped my mind that I need to look into. But yes, he is in with the high rollers.
All right.
They know his face. He's trusted among them, and that is a very difficult thing to achieve for somebody who is, in essence, an outsider. And since he is purely a gambler, and you have no monetary wealth visible, that is hindering some of his upward mobility. And that is where we are coming into play.
So what are you suggesting?
He would continue to be your ghoul. We're not seeking to rid you of that. However, he would be more on a permanent retainer basis within our organization. You would get a portion of his earnings directly sent to you. So this would then become a ready stream of income, as opposed to the items he seems to be bidding on every so often or accepting for bets. We're trying to work with him about that. So that way you're not dealing with the offloading of any potential assets that some of these habitual gamblers might offer up in certain games. And in return, obviously, we are getting somebody in our organization who is, might need a little bit of training, but is good with the people. It is essentially a win-win situation. However, as I did note, you would be put out in the short term, as he would likely be unavailable for any of your regular day-to-day activities.
All right. I mean, I do not have my vehicle was with the loss of the house. My vehicle was taken as part of that. So I no longer have a vehicle. Rodere has been driving me wherever we go.
Oh, I see.
So the van is gone. We are using his vehicle now. And Skeeter, and I point over at Skeeter. Skeeter has been driving me, but it was pointed out to me by the other anarchs that legally is probably not a good idea for Skeeter.
Yeah, when you said that, he raised his eyebrow for a second, but he let you continue.
So she knows how to drive. She runs over curbs every now and then, but she is getting better. But the other anarchs have pointed out that it's not appropriate for her to be driving. So maybe that's something I need to work on.
I see. So what I'm hearing is that you would also need a vehicle to replace.
Yes, I would need. So I would need some type of deal on a vehicle or something I can drive with.
You won't need a deal. We're not doing any financing for vehicles. We can supply you with one.
Okay, I appreciate that.
You would need to obviously come up with another Gould servant to do your day-to-day. But as I said, Robert would still be your particular ghoul. You would be, in essence, letting us use him on a very extended retainer and reaping the monetary benefits therein.
So then I would check in on him on a monthly basis to feed him and
3 to 4 weeks, yes.
Right. I do need to replace him as far as a ghoul or someone to watch the heaven. He has not been around. That was something I've been trying. Even in the past week, I've been trying to get a hold of him to discuss with him this matter. So
yes, that is something that was brought to my attention. He and Jimmy have gotten rather close.
Who is Ginny?
Jimmy is one of my men.
Oh, Jimmy is a man. Okay. Okay, so
Never mind.
I'm from France. I understand these things. It's okay. It's so yes. So I would need to procure a new ghoul. The last ghoul, Zachary, did not work so well. I will discuss with the other anarchs how I will work moving forward with the ghoul replacement. I would like to discuss with Robert how he feels about this, and then also let him know that this is his new course that he shall be taking.
We have actually discussed it with him. He is just awaiting your answer.
All right.
He has, as you know, has spent quite some time at our casino, so this is something that we have already put feelers out to see if he would be interested in. I'm simply going through the proper protocol, and I'm not attempting to step on your toes.
Oh, I appreciate that. You're not trying to steal my ghoul away from me.
Correct.
So, as you say, it sounds like it is a win-win for us. If you can procure the vehicle for me,
of course,
and then I will work with the anarchs on replacing him as a ghoul, as a servant to take care of me. I do not know fully within your organization how it would work with as far as if he shows interest in becoming as a kindred. Is that something that?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, he lets that flatly hang in the air. No.
I am just trying to cover the bases.
Of course. In regards to the vehicle, did you have any preference? Is there any sort of utility you're needing it for? Is it just for transportation?
It would be
cargo
good.
Van. You hear your phone go, cargo van.
I was just gonna say, or SUV.
So I look down at my phone and I'm like, oh, I have a guest is with us as well. Just one moment. I pick up the phone and I'm like,
I think you already knew that.
Revis, did you say something about the cargo van?
Your line of work, cargo van.
All right. I mean, I would like to have another van because that is what I had before.
You can ask for two, one for work and one for personal. I mean, they're technically doing a big. I mean, they're taking away really the attention of one of your goals, which has been very useful to you.
Yeah.
So it technically is quite an inconvenience. So I'm just saying, it's not unreasonable.
I don't think I would think of two vehicles unless Reva suggested it, but I wouldn't think of two vehicles though.
So I mean, you're having this conversation on the phone. It's on.
To you, yeah.
Oh, you guys
you had us on speaker. We heard you.
Oh, you guys are all on speaker. I thought it was just Rivas. I'm sorry. Okay.
Rivas let it deliberately slide. He didn't tell you what he did.
And like, so I hear Damaris. I'm like, Damaris, you are here as well. Okay.
I'm just. I mean, what I said is what I would recommend personally, but hey, Malcolm, thanks again, by the way.
Hello, Damaris.
So they are saying that is that two vehicles?
I heard.
Okay.
That's the magic of a speakerphone.
Okay. This is on a personal note, and I don't know if this is it's something that is coming out from somewhere else, from the village in corner. If you are just very nice. I like the suit.
Thank you.
In the suits of your men.
You're wanting a suit?
Well, yes. You see how I am. It's
yes, I do.
This is a nice suit, but it's,
At which point Revis is going to hang up. I don't need to hear anymore.
Damaris just so that it's like,
You guys all hear me
man.
go click.
Yep.
This needs to go to private.
And then it
now.
goes dead. Yep. He says, I mean, if you are needing a tailor, that's quite all right, but you'll have to understand that we don't want to supply you with outfits for you to lounge about in the sewer with them.
No. I am looking. So I am thinking at this point is that I would. How should I say? These could be my pajamas to sleep in the sewer, and then after I get out of the sewer, and before I would go to meet the other anarchs, and it has been brought up that, to put it bluntly, that I stink. So
Yes.
I've come quite accustomed to it. We are working with for tanning the hides and the leather, with the urine and so forth. I've used the smells,
Yes.
But if I'm going to interact, not even obfuscate will hide the smell. So
that is correct.
So it's
so
become,
you are in Rome and you wish to do as the Romans do.
Yes. I mean, for decades I've lived in the sewers, but it's become apparent that as an anarch, I am supposed to interact with others, and there's all these damn rules to follow. So I'm following along. I'm accommodating and acclimating, as they would say.
Very well. Then we will arrange for a fitting, and we will supply you with 5 suits that you may interchange throughout the week. You can make arrangements with your Baron to take you there. I'm sure she'll have, as a Toreador, I'm certain she'll have some sort of input on style. But if I recall, she has an allergy to the homeless, so you may wish to change into something unhobo-y.
I've got this. This is my new suit.
We're not listening to this.
I procured this suit 8 weeks ago. It was off of a freshly dead corpse. It was when they. It is a nice suit. Yes.
I, in particular, do not have an issue with that. I have other family members, well, not here, who share in that
hobby
casualty of fashion. But if you are going to interact with the others, you are going to want to come at this with a sense of style. So might I also recommend etiquette classes?
Oh, damn, no. Well, okay, with the etiquette classes, is it? So here's something that I've been experimenting with. Hold on. So I am good with the faces. So I use Mask of 1,000 Faces, and I put my cowboy face on, and I'm like, so what I've been working on is some accents so that when I change my face, I look like other people too. So this is my American accent. What do you think? Is this so? Because my French accent it gives a dead giveaway.
I see.
So
I love you.
You understand that my being South African, if you approached me saying you were an American with that accent, I would have already shot you.
Also, I'm from Texas. I am offended.
Trudy's not even here, and she's also offended.
She's just like off in a distance. Trudy starts going, oh.
There was a reason Revis ended that phone call.
Yeah.
I think it's great.
He says so.
This is a good accent. It's that a part of it I learned off of that little funny that doll that stands up and everything. You got a friend in me. That was a fun movie. There wasn't enough killing in there, but
I think you're going to need some lessons to express yourself correctly, because that wasn't it.
All right.
But If you
So
wish to throw that on the tab, I do not have a problem adding that. That is a minor expense. Just make sure you make the best of it.
Okay, I go back to my Marcel mask. I'm like, I will. This is what my less offensive for. So I will. Yes, if I am going to go to etiquette classes, if I can go to some kind of a speech or some accent classes as well, that would be very. I would like that.
Of course, I have no problem assisting you with that. We have members of the family in the university here in town. I'm certain we can work something out.
Right, sounds good. All right, I would like to speak to Robert because he's not spoken to me in a week. We were supposed to. He has not returned my phone calls. So I would like to speak to him.
Of course, he's currently at the speakeasy as we are speaking now.
All right. Well, it sounds like you have a better connection with him at this point.
It is our place, so that tends to happen.
So the vehicle. When can you procure the vehicles for me?
We could have that to you tonight if you agree.
Yes, I do agree. I can do this.
Of course.
All right. Then I will talk to my fellow anarchs and let them know where we're going to work on. It's yes. Percentages.
Do you have the color of the vehicle? Do you have a preference, or do you care?
Dark. I don't want any like orange dreamsicle thing like Remus has. It's just I want.
Oh yes, Trudy told me about that. I'm quite amazed.
It stands out, and I stand out as it is. I'm not like I would like something dark.
Something nondescript.
Yes, nondescript. Yes, that is the word I'm looking
like
for.
Like a purple neon. I'm kidding.
No.
It was in jest. We will see to it that you have 2 cargo vans of alternate colors, preferably dark.
Preferably dark. Yes. Okay. So I was going to work with. I will talk to Trudy as far as a not the Baroness, not Trudy. I think of you. I think of Trudy. I will speak to the Baroness about the suits and so fashion guidelines. And then working on a new goal for me. So, how will we stay? Well, I do not have your contact information, and I'm sure you have mine because you seem to know quite a bit. So, how will I get a hold of you to speak to Robert?
Oh, you can just stop by the speakeasy whenever you wish to speak to him. He's currently there as we speak.
All right. Well, I am going to meet with the other anarchs first before going to see Robert, and then I will connect with them, and then maybe this evening I will go and see him.
Of course. And so when you are satisfied with the deal and you have made whatever arrangements with Robert, then all you need to do is just let your Baron know, or somebody with my number, and they will notify me.
Is there a contract I need to sign, or is this a verbal agreement that is binding?
No. This is a verbal agreement.
All right. This is fine. I mean, if you're not squeamish, I shall shake your hand upon the deal.
Oh, he shakes your hand.
Okay. So, all right. I look forward to the interaction. Monetary wise, what are we looking at coming towards me? What will I see?
It may fluctuate depending upon the type of high rollers he brings in.
So it's a percentage of the winning, is it?
That is correct. But you will be given, and that actually reminds me of another detail. You're going to be paid in cash. So how you secure that is entirely up to you.
Well, I have the coffers here. I don't have as a bank or anything. I just keep all my cash in the boxes.
So that may be something you also want to talk to your friends that you hung up on. Just as a personal piece of advice.
All right. I don't trust
you. You will be correct. You will be supplied cash so that you may do with it however you please from there.
All right. This sounds like a deal that is truly, as you say, as a win-win deal. I will work with this. I agree to the parameters. Yes.
Well, Henri, it was a pleasure meeting you. You have a lovely establishment. I happen to like the undead-looking animatronics currently upstairs. You enjoy the rest of your night.
Sure. Thank you for the compliment. So let me escort you to the door.
Okay. So as he's walking up, the other two kind of fall in line, walking with him, and they walk out and drive away.
Cool. I turn around. I'm like, so Skeeter, that was a very important man that was here, as you said. Good job.
So is he like buying the property?
No, he's procuring Robert to work for him.
We're being replaced?
No, Robert to work for him. You met Robert.
Robert knows all this stuff. We don't yet. Is this what it means to be laid off?
No. You are going to stay here. You are still very useful. You are going to work it here. I like working with your family and you. So you're going
okay.
nowhere.
And so she yells, "Hey, Cletus, we're still going to be working." So he just kind of silently gives a thumbs up.
Come, show me what you have. What you've made. Show me. I see a scrap pile. I see, or another. And then after this, I need to meet the other anarchs.
Okay, yeah. So she goes through and kind of shows you where she's at. Everybody else, I take it at this point, is meeting at the Drachenflugel.
Yep.
Okay. And then eventually you get dropped off at the Drachenflugel.
So I'm going to wait for my vehicle to get here, and I'll drive that. Because
you're going to drive?
Yeah, because he said that the vehicle will be here tonight. So yeah. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait like an hour, and if the vehicle's not here yet, I'll have Skeeter driving.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, it does eventually come. It's a very basic black panel van.
Okay.
So the insides are obviously there's nothing hooked up or anything. It's for you to modify or however you wish.
So is it just a 2-seater? And then the back is all okay?
Yep, and the back is all open. It's one of those typical Dodge panel vans that you would see.
So I bring Skeeter out, show her the van. I go, this is a new vehicle, and that one over there as well. But this is what I shall drive. So I don't know if you and Cletus, your hours have been aligned with me being awake in the evening. So I'm going to go to see the anarchs. You have my phone number if you need me. But I shall return.
So you know how to open and close it, and you know how to like send texts and everything now? You're good?
I can use the phone. The emojis are as you call them. There's a smiley faces. I'm shit with that still, but I can do the texting. Yeah.
Okay. I'm just making sure because you looked at it like it was a foreign object in a wrestling ring.
What is the wrestling ring?
She's like, oh no. Never mind. We're gonna get back to work.
Okay, you work. If you need me, you know how to get a hold of me. Yes, I know how to answer my phone.
Okay, we'll be okay.
Okay,
make good choices.
You as well.
So she walks back inside.
Okay, I get in my van. I'm like, I have the van.
Did you get one or two vehicles? I missed.
He's got the one right now.
All right, I drive to Drachenflugel.
Okay, so by this point, you guys have all been engaged in idle chit chat or probably just catching up. Eventually, as Henri, comes walking in.
When I come walking in, I'm just tossing my keys in the air and catching them. Bonjour, mon amis.
Did somebody get a new car? You look really proud of yourself there.
I got the what did they call it? The panel van. Yes, I did. It's our farm. Huh. It is a 2-seater, so I can give someone a ride if we are going someplace this evening. Thank you for your suggestions, by the way. I have the one vehicle, the other vehicle is coming. Madame Baroness, I don't know where you are in the conversation, but um, they're going to work on suits for me, getting me suits and tailored.
Oh,
Oh,
get suits into the deal, huh? Sorry, somebody hung up before we could hear the rest of it.
Wait, what's going on?
Gives a look
this is,
at Revis.
this is quite a deal you've made.
So there's one issue is I have running water within my facility, but I don't have a shower or something like that. So if I'm going to come out of the sewer where I'm resting and then change into the nicer suit, I have to have a cleaning transition.
Yeah, that would make sense. Be kind of stupid to come up with sewer and just change it to. And I mean, you might as well just keep them down there with you at that point.
Revis just kind of looks over at Henri and goes, "So you're telling me you don't have a bathroom where you are?
It's the sewer. You do
The
your
shop
business.
doesn't have a bathroom?
There's a there is a toilet. Yes, it is not a shower though, Revis.
Yeah, it wasn't a house that he got. It's not like people were living there before, so there wouldn't be a shower or a tub or anything.
Would it be that weird for you to just have one installed? I mean,
They
leatherworking
do that all the
smells,
time
right?
in businesses where people change their clothes because it's not a clean environment.
Yeah, leatherworking smells, so it might be nice to, not just for you, but also for uh, your workers to be able to shower after they're done.
So they could shower before they go home. Would be, I think Cletus and Skeeter would appreciate that, and then I could shower before coming to join all of you. And I'm sure, Baroness, you always wrinkle your nose at me, so I know you've been very tolerant. I appreciate that. But I think installing some type of shower, I don't know how to do that. And Robert would normally take care of that, but I will need assistance with that.
Revis just kind of looks at the Baroness and goes, "I'm sure your people have people that tend to these types of issues."
My people?
I think
Obviously would know how to hire a plumber.
I think we are those people.
That's
Shh. I'm trying to nail her for this. Shut up.
Oh, okay. Remus didn't get it.
do know people who know how to call a plumber. Do you really want an actual plumber down there?
Revis just kind of looks at her. It's the main floor, Your Honor.
No, it is not. It is not going into the sewer. It would be on the main floor, so that Skeeter and Cletus and I can all take showers, not together, of course, but
the main floor of the abandoned restaurant.
Yes.
Jerome, I have a quick question. Have I been able to develop any content in the construction areas, considering the stuff that in the work that I've had done? I know I was building it up before, but we've had a lot going on in between that. So
yeah, that kind of paused, but I mean, do you have any contacts or allies?
Well, I haven't bought it because I wasn't sure. Like I was kind of developing.
Well, yeah,
it's
not something you would buy in this one. That's Street Fighter's one that you can buy pretty much everything in it. In White Wolf, when it comes to like Vampire and whatnot, when it comes to backgrounds, you just have to roleplay to try and get them.
Okay. So I guess that would be up to you if I got the influence in that. Right now, I only have it listed as having police influence, but I was working on other stuff.
So not as of yet.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to check, see if I could help.
Sure.
Revis goes, and if Her Grace can't help you, I can make a phone call or two. You would have to be sure to be absent during the reconstruction crew's appearance.
How long will it take?
About 2 days.
Henri, I don't know if I know exactly, but like somebody mentioned abandoned restaurant. Like, are you squatting in this place, or do you own this place, or?
Miss Trudy owns the restaurant. It's
actually didn't Colin help you find that place?
Okay, all right. Well, so I was wondering.
I don't own it. I'm just here.
Yeah. Okay.
So.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't have the money to buy it, so.
You know, let me talk to Colin and see if he knows how to do the work or if he knows somebody who could do the work, because I don't handle that sort of thing.
Yeah. Well, the reason I was asking was because if you were squatting in the place, it would be kind of troublesome to call repair people to show up at a place that you don't own.
No, no,
But
no. It is owned. Colin procured it, and it is owned by Miss Judy or Colin or someone. I don't know, but
Okay.
it's not. I am not squatting there. I've
Yeah.
done that before, but
Well,
no, we've done renovations over the past couple of months, clearing things out. Um, Lily said, "Do not remove the animatronics," as they say. So I left that behind. There.
like there's animatronics there.
I don't think it would be that unusual for like if he's been slowly clearing it out and renovating it, as he
Yeah.
says,
It's
that
this
wouldn't
is not
be
an appearance other than
suspicious.
That doesn't sound
Yeah,
Well-
it wouldn't be suspicious to have somebody come in and actually fix the bathroom so that
Well, yeah, but I mean,
It-
like my concern was that if this was a place he wasn't supposed to be in, like it's an abandoned place that
Oh,
nobody
that's not
like.
pertinent.
Yeah. Well,
yeah. At this point, like we know it's owned by somebody that we trust or are
yeah.
associated with.
Well, I didn't know that, but you may also want to talk with Trudy because if she owns the place, like they may, she may even have, repair people that she deploys for that kind of stuff if she's into property.
This is true.
I mean, that's fair. Sounds like she does have other properties. So I mean, yeah, actually,
Maintenance. It's a maintenance issue.
yeah.
The bathroom's plugged up and it needs to be replaced.
Though for a full bathroom reno, though, I would expect, just based on my own experience, that you're probably going to need an actual contract construction type worker. So
I mean, we have say three restrooms. The one is by the manager's office, and then the other two were for the guests that were coming to the restaurant. So a boys and a girls restroom. So we've all been sharing the one by the manager's office and have not touched the boys and girls room, other than just clearing out the dead rats and all that trash. But if we could convert, there's water there, and they could turn that into a shower facility.
It's amazing what a contractor will do for cash.
Do you have access to Ghoul and money to just get this done? Because this is pretty basic stuff. You don't have to renovate a bathroom on the down low. There's nothing supernatural about that.
Okay, so you all
unless you
heard,
install a gold toilet.
but you all heard the conversation on that Robert is no longer with me. It's my one goal. Zachary is gone. He has dispatched himself. So I have. If Robert is going to be working with them, I would need to procure a new ghoul, and I would need your assistance on that. So when I procured Zachary, I thought that was this is perfect. He is an apprentice. He likes the same things Robert likes, and he likes leather. He is going to be our new ghoul, and that just went to hell.
Yeah, whatever happened to him? Maybe I don't want to know. Never mind.
I'm really sure you don't want to know.
I'll forget I asked.
No,
You
did
need
not-
help with a new
he took
finding a ghoul to replace Robert's responsibilities. Like he was
Yes.
your primary, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you need like a caretaker type ghoul.
You
Okay.
need to learn how to.
You want someone that is familiar with perhaps woodworking or leatherworking as well?
That would be nice because Skeeter and Klikas, they are kind of lost at this point.
Well, I was just trying to think, you could look into art studios around town and see, or possibly you could find someone that works at a shop like that could help you.
Maybe a university student?
Exactly. Yeah. Someone that's
Maybe
perhaps
it's just-
studying or.
Interested in an internship?
Mhm.
We could run an ad for you. Want a Gothic-orientated leather worker for unique jobs.
There you go.
But how do you transition from you are my worker to you are my ghoul? It's
Careful screening for a change.
well, we've done
Mhm.
in my past that has been embraced, didn't work out, you destroy. Let's go again. Round two.
Do-
So
Henri, you and
You need
I
a
can have this
screening
discussion all
process.
we want, but we both know your grace gets whiter every time we talk about dispatching humans. So we probably need to put that topic aside and just agree that you need to improve your ghoul choices, and we'll take it up at a later time.
I feel like
Because
I'm
it's
there
happy
she
to
gets
talk
much
about that
whiter than her
too.
skin already is.
I feel
I'm
like it's
already
I feel like
I'm
at
good
some
with
point
it.
Rebus
Mhm.
is going to end up needing to make like the new kindred orientation video that we have to show to people. So you've never Googled before.
Here's some red
Yeah.
flags.
Here's Henri. Henri kills his ghouls when they don't work out. This is
Anarch
bad.
What's the
Dispatches
anarch
them.
version of
Revis would be clapping and applaud of that. Yes, that's exactly what's
and
needed.
and instead of it just being like live action video, it's like that choppy like framework. Like you take a picture and then you take another picture, and it's like freeze frame. It's like
Oh god.
sort of thing, and then
Weird PowerPoint presentation
yeah,
type.
kind of like
Yeah.
that. But but that choppy
also
block type animation.
We put a lot of artifacting in it, so it looks like a video from like the 70s, like those.
Right.
Just do a claymation one. Those are funny.
Stop motion.
There
Yeah.
are a lot of independent leather workers in the Gothic in Gothic
Mhm.
subcultures. They do a
Mhm.
lot of custom work. It's their thing. Getting into clothes is a big step for most of them. Most of them do bracelets, stuff like that. Maybe a vest or two. That's normally their normal reach. So it'd kind of be a little bit of a search to go the way you want, but we can probably find someone who at least has the technique you're looking for. And from there,
Ooh.
we can simply let them work, and you can, take a look at what their quality is and take it from there. And
What
we
about
can
the
see.
occult bookstore?
I was just thinking
They
that
they also have like
put a
leather
flyer there.
articles like goth, like it kind of feeds into that whole aesthetic. And I was actually going to be looking into them as a as a contact and possible ghouling someone in that store. So Henri, that would possibly work for you then if that's the case, because I can tell you that they wouldn't necessarily be unfamiliar with the paranormal type things. It might be more desensitized to it, and they would have access possibly to leather and things. So I think that actually could work better for you than for me.
Because if they're already into like vampires as an idea, they might be, when you
Way
bring
more
the
like interested to join. Yeah,
yeah,
like
Reeves
yeah.
is going to make you wear an earbud with the speaker attached to it, and I'll coach you.
I thought
Yeah,
maybe
this
What?
is something I'm willing to give up. I was
put a
actually going to
flyer.
focus on this place, but if it sounds like you need it more, and
Well, I mean, he needs a worker. Doesn't necessarily have to be the person who runs it. You could still,
no, it could be anybody that works in the store, maybe has a position in it. I know that's
I thought
yeah.
maybe you could
So
just put a flyer there by the register or something.
yeah, just
We'll try all the appropriate measures, and we'll have it. We'll actually do interviews because with the new club coming online in 2.5 weeks, I can say I'm advertising for vendors.
So this is what Robert would be good at. I would say, go to the internet and make the internet make it happen. This so the internet.
And we see where Robert wound up when he made it happen.
Baron, what about your ghouls contacts since he does all the role playing things? I am sure there would be somebody that would be,
Approachable.
yes, approachable and easier to mold into the position because they play
Yeah,
one.
I can ask Doug.
I trust Doug. Dougie is very very a nice man.
So I can send Doug a text.
Okay.
Maybe I should just call him. I'll call
For
him.
security,
Your
I
Grace,
suggest
when
calling.
did we last grace Doug with a gift of our appreciation?
I don't know what you mean.
Well, just
that says
for
it
the-
all right there.
do you not reward people who go the extra mile on your behalf?
wait. You can get rewarded.
I mean,
Reeves just shakes his head. Okay.
I mean,
Wow, this will be an uphill battle. All right.
Doug lived in
Oh,
my
it's not that
house
bad.
for a good long time.
I understand that.
If he was really that unhappy, I feel like we'd know it by now.
Is Doug your son?
No.
What?
Okay. I never thought about it until now, but like he lives with you, he's going off and doing his stuff with his friends. So I was like, wait a minute.
So when
Sophie, what? Give me a self-control check real quick.
I'm gonna get tackled.
You might.
Cool, I have celerity and fortitude.
Doug's my son, what?
Yeah.
I'm protean. I'll just turn into
This
a
is a
roach.
sweeper job. Reeves is just going to stand there and watch her act. He's going to like, sweepers.
Self-control. Difficulty 6.
Yeah.
Time for all those ones to come out, Sophie.
1 success.
One success. Okay.
Oh, she barely kills on.
Yeah. So, well, no, Sophie. At this point, you barely fight back. Like the vomiting gesture. You're just like,
Oh.
as soon as the idea of him being your son, you're like, "Rrr."
Oh, you're one of those moms.
Oh, that's rough.
But you're talking about
We don't have that kind of relationship.
Okay, I honestly didn't know. Like I never questioned it before.
Doug is my friend and my ghoul.
Oh.
You didn't know that Doug was her ghoul this whole time?
I lived in a park for a long time, and I only ever really was brought into this stuff kind of not necessarily like, I don't know. I don't really know a lot about you all in general. I kind of want to keep it that way, but I was also like, wait a minute, is Doug Sophie's kid? Like it would have made sense, but
I'm not really old enough to have kids.
Damaris. So
I look at the camera.
Yeah.
You like
Cuddles
Fourth
would
wall
beg
break.
to differ.
That's different.
Yeah. So, Damaris, are you going to go, since we're at a moment here, go ahead and give me a check for your scrying.
okay. For the Trisha Sire.
Yep. Castile de Abraham.
Castile. Alright, let me pull up the thing. Let's try VTM rules.
Difficulty 7, I think.
Oh wait, that's opposite. So it's number of dice and then the difficulty, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Plus, all right. Oh shit! All right, hold on. Let me do that again.
I'm writing down.
I'm always trying to get used to these
No worries.
rolls. Yeah, look at that.
Woohoo.
And those tens explode. So 2, 4,
Gosh.
5, 6, 7, 8, 7.
Shamil,
With the one.
Shalmato, Hassan
Oh.
I'll
Pfeffer
be back in a
Incorporated.
second. My dog's barking.
No problem.
7 successes. Holy moly.
You can see through the universe.
Yeah.
I can.
She's like, so that's what the color purple tastes like. So Damaris, you take a moment while everybody's kind of debating and whatnot, and getting caught up with, something you wanted to do for Trish. You break out your portable bowl, take one of the glasses of water that's supplied to you guys in the room, dump it in there,
Yeah.
then stir. So you find him. He's currently sitting at a table that has it looks kind of corporate like in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
There's some art thrown up on the walls. Really nice looking. It's obviously nighttime. Outside wherever he's at, you can see flickering lights coming from outside. He's the Castile, the individual you have scryed on, looks like a young Keanu Reeves. He's sitting at the head of a table, and it looks like he is currently holding court, like as you're scrying.
Okay. I am going to watch vividly, and I am going to be. I have my sketchbook out, and I'm gonna be writing stuff, scribbling, whatever, sort of trying to multitask, whatever.
So I'm going to add these with the little secondary notes, so that way I don't have to go down the list of everybody you spot in the room. And I'm posting that in the vampire chat.
Oh, okay.
So he is currently holding court, like as you're looking at him, and he actually calls forward an independent occult expert by the name of Lloyd Warner, and you can tell that that comment has actually ticked off the Tremere Primogen, Norma. However, what they're discussing is somebody by the name of Donaher. And Lloyd begins to explain that, according to Mr. Carson, he actually steps forward, and Mr. Carson, Alonzo Carson, is kind of, he looks like Oscar Nunez from The Office, played Oscar from The Office. Lloyd begins to explain that
Leannon.
That according to Mr. Carson, the man was supposedly an anarch, but it seems that he already left some time ago. And then Alonzo steps forward and starts kind of giving his side of the discussion, a little bit on the fleeting side, like he's trying not to get caught in the middle of something. But he explains that he's already tried to help the sheriff and his deputy, the sheriff being not Roscoe, Everett Hollister. He's the 80s looking metalhead that's in the room. Looks like Ian Scott of Anthrax.
Jeez.
And the deputy is Glenn Butterfield. He's a clanless, and he looks kind of like a loser version of Jack Black. And he said, he's like, I've already tried to help the sheriff and the deputy as much as he could. He says, but as far as he says, all I really know is when I first met this guy Danaher, he seemed kind of edgy, like he was always watching his back, and like almost right after I got done introducing myself and trying to find out who he was, all of us got attacked by lupines, and so I bounced. I wasn't going to hang out for that. So the sheriff steps forward. Everett indicates that technically it wasn't a masquerade breach, since the lupines have some sort of magic thing that it makes humans forget what happened or what's around them, but it was really messy to clean up. And what you pick up on is that the prince then tasks Lloyd to look into it further and report his findings to the Tremere Primogen.
Okay, sorry, I'm writing this down. So the prince tasked, I'm sorry, who? To
Lloyd.
what? Tasked Lloyd? Okay.
Mm-hmm. To look into this further and report back to the Tremere Primogen.
Further. Okay.
And for all those who need to know, so Castile D. Abraham looks like a younger Keanu Reeves. Norma Ozenich looks like Adele. She's the Tremere Primogen. Violet McGowan, who is the Ventru Primogen, who is also there, looks like Daisy Fuentes. Glenn Butterfield, the clanless deputy, looks kind of like a loser Jack Black. Lloyd Warner, who is a member of the Leannon, looks kind of like Bruce Campbell. Everett Hollister, the Toreador sheriff, who is a metalhead, looks like Ian Scott of Anthrax. Alonzo Carson, the Anarch Bruja, looks kind of like Oscar Nunez. And then Roscoe, the other individual who was there but didn't really speak up, who is clearly Nosferatu. You don't really need to say much more than that, outside of the fact that he did dress kind of nice in polos and khakis.
Wow. Like she is like mad scribbling in her sketchbook. Just notes, writing, pictures as much as she can understand, like do a quick sketch of like features and whatnot.
Sure.
And if you need me to roll crafts, I can.
No, I'm not
to
worried
try to
about
get
it.
their likeness or whatever. Okay.
Yes, I'm just watching her intently,
Okay.
kind of like in an amused, curious kind of way.
Well, I can tell you that she probably wasn't expecting to see this much, because normally in her visions, it's more of like, okay, I'm just observing usually an empty room and someone tied up, because that's what happens apparently a lot. So, so for her to be doing this much, trying to capture as much, because it's like it's going fast, dialogue is happening and stuff. Yeah, it's a bit different for her.
Ben will bend over to Seth as he's also looking at her scribbling madly and go, "If she goes any faster, she's going to set fire to that paper. Holy cow."
I agree.
So eventually she'll, I mean, I'm assuming at that point they end court and then like
No, I mean they still
go
go
about
on
their
and talk,
business.
but
Okay.
they're talking about other things that they don't seem of any particular interest.
Okay.
But you did manage to find him. Oh, and the other footnote, when you tried to look around and look for anything that would denote where you're at, you saw some sort of note about Temple Square.
Okay, and that's actually funny you mentioned. I was actually going to ask, do I know what city this could be or location? Okay, Temple Square. All right. And when I like kind of zoom out a little bit, am I able to, catch some crossroads or anything like that?
Sure. Yeah. You eventually make out that it's Salt Lake City.
Okay. Okay, cool beans. All right. And she'll eventually stop and just sort of look up, kind of almost after like being in a daze in a sense, because that was a lot all at once to pay attention to. So,
Find something
she'll just be
interesting.
like, okay, that's not what I was expecting. She'll look up at you guys and, yeah, I was, Ben had asked me to reach out to Trish because I guess she wanted to find her sire, or at least pinpoint where they're at, or
Right.
keep an eye on him, I guess. And I, while you guys were talking about Henri's situation, I decided to, no offense, tune it out and focus on this since I needed to do it.
Okay.
Anyway, he was holding court actually, or he was in the middle of court in Salt Lake City, and they were discussing Domar, who I guess is an anarch who disappeared. I hope I got that right. And there were quite a few there. That was interesting. I'm going to reiterate basically what I saw, what you guys listened to in that, because Rachel cannot accurately describe all
Sure,
that.
that's fine. And thank you for the raid. Table of Horrors got a raid of 20.
Wow.
Yay!
So basically at this point they are investigating further, but they those lupines threw them for a loop a little bit. That's interesting.
Wait, Trisha's sire is a prince?
Isn't that interesting?
Her sire was the prince, or her sire was just in the court?
Was he holding court, or was he
He was
part
the
of
prince.
it? He's the prince.
That's
Okay.
a little scary.
Yeah.
Revis
he's
just kind of looks over at
Camarilla
the Baroness
prince.
and goes, "Well, now, that's an interesting can of worms."
Is that
And-
something we have to deal with, or
Honey, remind me, did she say that her sire thinks that she's dead?
No, she's
You can
saying
feel
that
that
she just went
connection.
on the run and she never told her sire where she was going or anything.
Beavis
So
continues looking at the Baroness with very raised eyebrows at this point.
I wonder if he was a prince at the time of her
you'd think
embrace.
that would have been information she volunteered, but
Maybe he
maybe not.
wasn't a
Well,
prince.
why would they call? Okay, so she was running away from her boyfriend and his pack, right?
Right.
So why are they calling a? I mean, to me, I mean, if they're hunting her, that's a wild hunt of sorts. Um, why would her sire call that on her?
I
Call what
don't
on
think
her?
he did. My recollection of the way she explained things was her boyfriend was embraced by the Sabbat,
Right.
Yes, he
That's
wanted
right.
her to join his pack so they
Oh,
could
right,
be
right, right.
together.
and
Sorry, I'm getting my goals mixed up.
so the problem arises in that this is a not so minor bombshell, as there are too many people that now know that she is a prince's progeny,
Well,
and within
we
the
are the
realms
ones who
of the
know.
Camarilla, that carries its own form of status instantly.
Well, I think maybe we need to learn a little more about this guy. Maybe he wasn't a prince at the time. And I thought she was from like Nashville or something.
There are some interesting incongruities among the various statements, and
A lot of
this
times, princes can be placed like the one in Portland.
The
Right.
impression that I got from this was that it wasn't like he had just arisen to that position. Like the discussion, the mannerisms, the authority that I saw there was indicative of someone that has been in that position for a while.
in other words, you're saying he was sure of himself,
He very sure of himself.
I
and
mean,
And I
Typical
know that
Cam
could have
Prince.
been presence, but I can't. I'm not affected by that in that. So this is just yeah.
Huh.
the reason I bring this up, Your Grace, is you wouldn't want to be accused of holding her hostage.
You
Uh,
really think they would go that far to make that
No,
claim?
no.
I know I
You're
don't say
talking
that.
about the Camarilla and a prince whose progeny has been missing for years. Yeah, I think they'd go that far.
but Sophie is
Mm-mm.
met with like high important people in the Camarilla, even if they
Exactly.
want.
And we retook Portland for the
Yeah,
cam for this.
even if
Well,
they
It's not
wanted
like
to,
we don't have a standing here.
yeah, Ashland's a place for refugees.
I think even
That's
even
why
if
I'm saying you don't want to be accused of holding her hostage.
You're
well,
not,
Since
and
we're
there's
there's
no
not
nobody
holding
that
play
would
her
make
here,
that
hostage.
claim.
we need to find out why she really left. I'm sorry. I'm going to just put it bluntly. We
well,
need to
yeah,
know why she really left.
I think discussing this without her is not conducive to anything. We really need to get the full picture
I agree.
even knowing that he's the prince, like we're not like. Did she say why she wanted you to keep an eye on him? Like, is she worried about him looking for her, or
I mean, ultimately, yeah, she
She
didn't
was
want to reach out to him because she felt that that might lead those who were after her to go attack them. At least that's what she said.
Yeah, she said something to the fact that she also was not sure if her running brought him problems.
Well,
it's a status
any
issue,
child who
and
runs from their sire and who is a prince is that's going to cause problems.
Yeah,
But it's been 30 years. If something was going to happen, he would have experienced it by now, right?
and at the
no.
very least, if they are going to bring trouble to our door, like we there is
Ben,
enough.
how old are you, Ben?
My 60s. Why?
How old do you think a prince is?
I guess that depends. I mean, sure, some are centuries old, right?
Mhm.
Right. And do we have any approximation on how old really Trish is?
That sounds like she's.
She was a well-known singer, but
Yeah.
like in
She
the
can be looked up.
80s?
We can verify her birth date, her
80s?
actual birth date.
So the question arises is, if she's been running that long and still hasn't been found, and I'm sorry, but he may not have been a prince when it happened, but at the level that he's obviously got to, do you really think someone who's being chased by the Sabbat across the western coast couldn't have been spotted? Seriously? That's not something that doesn't leave a small wake behind.
Well, but even then, I don't think that the cam is really going to be the problem. I think the Sabat would be more of the issue because they're the ones most
Yeah, I
likely
don't
to
think.
act out
I
of
agree.
turn. I think we have enough standing with the cam that if there was an issue with this prince that he was concerned about Trish, he's not just going to openly wage war with us. Because we have the standing. Like I don't remember her name, but Sophie, you've met with one of their most important people. We've met the Prince of
Lucin.
Port of Lucin. Thank you. We've met the Prince of Portland. Like the cam,
We have a
they're
treaty. They would have to come diplomatically.
yeah, they're monsters of law. They're not going to just attack us out of nothing. We should be concerned for sure, but I think the chances of us waking up with
What clan is Trish?
She's Toreador.
I'm surprised you don't know this as much as you've been paying attention to her.
What I hear versus what I see. I'll say something interesting. I've yet to see Trish use a discipline.
Really?
Really. And I pay attention.
Maybe she just hasn't felt it be necessary.
Or she never learned. She didn't have time to learn.
Yeah, how do we know how long she was with her sire before she took off?
She said 5 years.
I mean,
That's enough
I
to
was
learn.
with him for 5 years and I very much kept my head down. So
That's why I mentioned these things. Like I said, there are some inconsistencies versus what I've been told and what I see. And then you learn something like this, and you're asking me to believe that someone who's very powerful, even if they're not a prince, can't run down their progeny who's being chased by the Sabbat openly. Sorry, don't buy it.
Well, either way, we need to talk to Trish about this because
yeah, I agree.
How much more you think we're going to get from her? We literally just talked to her, and you even got in her head a little bit. Did you find anything? I mean, it seemed like you didn't before.
I was looking for any like ulterior motives or implications of manipulation, and I didn't find any of that.
You didn't feel like she was hiding anything or anything like that?
She seemed pretty open.
Does Toreador have dominate?
No.
Or is it discipline? Because I was wondering if she was mind wiped.
I suppose that's true. I don't know what that would look like telepathically. I haven't really experienced
It
that.
happens to progeny sometimes when they're difficult to deal with.
Yeah, I've never encountered that telepathically, so I don't know if I would know it when I saw it.
I wouldn't either, but I know it happens.
Sophie's phone starts to ring.
Who is it?
Beep, 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 beep. From a number you don't recognize.
Maybe this is another gift.
Maybe I should let it go to voicemail. We are at a meeting after all.
You're the Baron. If you need to take a call, you should
Yeah,
take
you
a
take
call.
a
I mean, for all I know, it could be spam. Is it a local number?
No.
Oh, if it's spam,
Oh,
give
wait
it
a
to
minute.
me. That'll be
Yes.
fun.
Yeah. Sorry. Yes, it is.
It is a local number.
Yes.
Okay. Then I will answer it.
Okay.
Hello?
Hi. I was told to call this number
May
by some
I
guy named
ask?
Ben.
Oh, may I ask who's calling?
Oh, my name's Ryan. I was told I should call because is it really safe to be talking on these lines like this? He told me it was supposed to be like encrypted, but
Are you a member of a certain organization that is based in this city?
At this, Ben's going to use heightened senses hearing to listen into the phone
okay.
conversation. So you can hear.
I'm not a part of Amway.
Uh, one second, please.
Okay.
She'll like put the phone aside. Ben, you know somebody called Ryan?
Ryan, yeah, I told you about him. He's the guy we found. He's the La Sombra anarch
Oh,
who,
the one you found, the one that you chased into that alley.
exactly, yeah, I told him to reach out to you so that, you know who he is and can maybe vet him too, just to make sure.
Should we invite him here?
How about we go meet him somewhere else, because we don't exactly know perfectly who he is. Again, your special skills could help make sure that he's on the up and up. We do have Mr. Walken out there, who's apparently also a La Sombra, who's got it in for us for some reason. So want to make sure he's not one and the same or connected or anything like that,
Okay. Where do you think would be a good spot?
Anywhere really. We could even just meet up with them, get in a car, and then drive. Then you have a conversation with them while we're driving.
How about the fairgrounds?
The fairgrounds?
Well, it's not being used at the moment.
We have fairgrounds in Ashland?
Yeah. Well, the Shakespearean area.
Oh, well,
that's not the fairgrounds.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. If something untoward were to happen, I don't want to see that building burn.
What about the pawn shop? Is the pawn shop? Would it be that weird to meet there?
That could be fun. That would work.
Yeah.
Hey, Ryan.
Yeah.
Are you free tonight to meet up?
Sure. This is Sophie, right? I'm talking to Sophie.
Yes, this is Sophie.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's kind of why I was calling, because I was told that's like a protocol. So I'm just trying to be, on the level.
I appreciate that. Why don't you head to the what's it called again? Forfeit now.
Here.
Forfeit here. The Forfeit here pawn shop, and we'll come meet you there shortly.
At a pawn shop?
Yes.
Oh. Okay. I can do that.
Okay. We'll see you soon.
Go there right now, right?
Yes.
Okay. I will go there right now. I don't know how long it's going to take me, but I'm going to go there right now.
Okay. Sounds good. We'll see you soon.
Okay. So he hangs up.
You might want to call Shannon and give her the heads up that we're meeting somebody there.
So, would Jim be working there right now, Jerome?
Let's see. Odd or even?
Even.
Yes.
Okay. Ben, we'll go ahead and text Jim. Like, you'll say a guy named Ryan may be arriving soon. We're going to arrive soon too. Just a heads up.
Okay. So he sends a text message of a thumbs up emoji.
Okay. So Ben goes, all right, they're ready to receive him. We should go there and see if we can intercept Ryan. He's not exactly one of means, he's a wanderer, a nomad, like a lot of us are. So
does he bathe?
I mean, yeah,
He didn't. He
he's
didn't look. He
he's
didn't look
staying
homeless.
he's staying at the Callahans. Trudy set him up for at least a few nights there. I'm not sure if he's
Okay.
still there, but
Oh. Thank God. Okay.
I thought you were going to ask if he needed help. I like if he needed a job or something. Like,
Let's not get ahead of
If
ourselves.
he's usable, I might have a position he could work into.
I like how anarchs are usable or worthwhile now. We're all like robots.
Interesting choice of words.
Yeah,
Well, we all know some quote unquote individuals, whether they're anarch or not, that are neither of those categories and still exist.
fair enough.
if he's down on his luck and he's, if we can help him,
Well, yeah, especially if he's a wanderer, if he's looking for something. I have a position in the club that I'd like to fill with, in a minimum, a ghoul or a kindred.
yeah. If the idea is that people can come to Ashland and, find a home where they couldn't find one in, the other cities, helping each other out's not that bad.
True. Well,
Hey,
great.
Dale.
Yeah.
Steph sent you a text message.
Oh.
I did it over Messenger.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So then Ben looks over to Seth as he's looking at his phone, and he's like, "Yeah, I don't think you'd have to be that concerned. It didn't seem like they were really after anyone like you. You really think he should be concerned?"
Stealing from your sire's private library. Tomes. How do you think I've been studying? And I took it from the chantry.
Right. Okay, but completely different town, right?
Are you guys saying this out loud or in the car? Or...
Well,
I'm
now
glad
we
you're
are.
not saying it out loud
Yeah,
because my
it's out
skin
loud
color
right
would
now.
have changed.
Oh,
Yeah. He brought it. He brought it out loud.
okay. No, I was just making sure. I was like, wait.
I'm not there. I got to be in another car. I can't have that piece of knowledge. Sorry, guys. I'm in my own car, Jerome. I don't know anything on that topic.
Well, nobody's left just yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I don't remember leaving.
I didn't hear it. I didn't hear it as I'm walking out the door. Not
Okay.
any of it.
I mean, I don't know. It hasn't been an issue right now. As long as you don't bring it up with the person you took it from, I think you're gonna be fine.
Well, I suppose if he really wanted to know where he was, he'd find somebody who could do what. But I don't know, because I changed my name. So if he has somebody do it like Damaris does, would he be able to find me that way?
I mean, technically anybody can be found if there are people
Yeah.
like Damaris and who knows whatever abilities and rituals and stuff can let you do that.
To be fair, scrying isn't common, but it's possible that, it could be done. I mean, it just depends on who's looking, I guess, or who's interested.
How does that work if you use a different name? Because Remus isn't my name. Like, would you still be able to find me if I I guess you could just knowing me.
Well, the reason why I took on a different persona and this stupid name was so that I couldn't easily be found.
Jerome, I don't maybe know how this works on an out of character level. When I'm finding someone that maybe goes by a different name, am I still able to find that same person regardless of what they're known by?
At that point, that's where difficulties start to spike. It really depends upon like how well known that name was, how many people knew. It's tricky.
So
but it's possible.
if he was to use her true name, would he be able to find her?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can't hear
All
you,
of a
Rachel.
sudden, yeah, all of a sudden I can't hear.
Shit. Sorry.
Rick-
Of course I was. I said basically, yeah, that if they know your true name, then they can find you if that's what your given name was. I mean, aliases don't matter at that point.
I mean,
Sometimes,
would he
it makes
not
it
have?
difficult for me to find people if I only know what they go by versus what their given name is. So
mean, the
it
guy-
doesn't
to be
help.
honest with you, I don't know. I told you what he's like.
Right.
And
I mean, he's a
both
man of means. Wouldn't he have
both
used those
his
means to come after you by now?
both
We
his
need to be
travelers
moving to the rendezvous.
Yeah,
stepped out on him.
let's take this in the car.
Sure.
And we have some. I don't know if somebody has a fan blowing or something. It's blowing on somebody's mic, so
Oh, it might be me.
there may need to be a little bit of adjustment. It's not terrible. It just pops in every so often.
Is that better? Well, probably because I keep muting myself. Is that better?
I can still hear it from somebody.
Might be mine.
Here, let me mute.
Is that better?
Yeah, I think it was Shelly.
Well, I just turned mine off too. So
Can you
okay.
hear mine?
I don't know right now.
Okay.
Yeah, I can.
Oh, because I have it on the lowest speed and not directly on me. Sorry.
Yeah, it's fine. You just have to make sure that wherever it's blowing, it's not hitting your mic. That's ultimately.
Yeah, because
what's happening.
it's like all the way over here, and my mic's here.
Yeah, so that's probably what's
So
happening.
it's going this way. It's not going right into my face. So okay. Anyway, continue.
Okay, so at this point, everybody is packing up and leaving the Drachenflugel, the Goth Club, for forfeit here, the pawn shop. So it is. They only have like the 2 street lights that are out here in front of this building. Next to it, of course, you can hear the faint sounds of country music coming out of the country bar next door.
already.
And my eye twitches.
Of course, there are several cars parked over there, but around forfeit here, there's only the motorcycle. Everything here is still kind of dark, with the exception of the illumination coming primarily from the pawn shop, which of course has bars over the windows, looking like a miniature version of Fort Knox, because it is a world of darkness. But all of you eventually start pulling up in your respective vehicles, and
Obfuscate.
you can see that there's one person walking around inside browsing.
I'm going to obfuscate and go to man form.
I will do some aura perception.
I'm just going to go in.
Okay. So who is going in?
Yeah, I'll go in.
So Remus is going in.
I'll go in. If I see Remus going in, I'll go in.
Okay. Henri's going in.
Ben's
I'm
going
going to
in.
stay outside.
Ben's
And,
going
and
in.
you know where Ben goes.
Okay.
Seth goes.
So
Yeah, I'm going to stay in the car.
Sophie, are you going in, or are you staying? Are you staying out and looking in?
I'm gonna check his aura first before I go inside.
So you're staying outside. Okay. So I have
I mean, it won't take very long.
I have Remus, Benjamin, Henri, and Persephone all going in at this point. Other 3 hanging out in front for the time being. So when you guys go walking in, you see an individual. He's got kind of. He has kind of some mussed hair at this point, but he doesn't look unclean. His
right back.
clothing is a little beat up looking. He's kind of rummaging through the aisles here, looking at stuff that they've got for sale. And of course, he sees all of you come walking. All of you come walking. Only one he recognizes right off the bat is Ben. Sophie, go ahead and roll for your aura perception.
Yeah. What's the difficulty again?
8.
But you still got it.
Okay, I have 10 successes.
What?
Oh,
Yeah.
I rolled 4 10s and 2 8s.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
Can I
Girl.
send to space?
Jerome, I think that means we win. I think that
We win.
does she
Brittany
know what
rolled-
color his underwear is?
That
That's like a full house.
that gets a Ric Flair woo if ever there was one.
See what color of underwear his mother had.
Oh my gosh.
So when you start looking into his aura looks at you and says, 7 years ago.
he's related to Lincoln.
Yeah. So
He is Abraham Lincoln.
you see that he is that he's kind of curious right now. He has a bit of a naturally angry aura, very similar to Benjamin. He also has a pale aura. And he's he appears to be very nervous as well.
Okay. Is there anything else esoteric that I can get with that level?
Actually, with that as well, he has on his person a knife that is glowing as well, with the similar aura that you would pick up from magic.
And what is the knife feeling?
The knife is feeling pretty cool, slightly dejected because it has not been used lately,
Oh,
Poor
I just
man.
saw knives. Hate that.
and rather jealous of the Manscaped products that he picked up. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay. Okay, then I'll just walk in.
Okay. So Damaris is the only one staying outside. Everybody, Revis, are you walking in as well, in Obfuscate or outside? Okay.
I'm outside.
Okay, so
obfuscated.
then, those of you who are all there, I mean, he sees Ben at this point, and he says, kind of nods and sup, but he looks around again too, just in case.
Yeah. And it is Ryan. He looks like the same as he has been. Or okay.
Yeah.
How's it going, Ryan? Glad you can make it.
Yeah, I didn't know there would be like a giant welcome wagon. Do I owe you guys a fruitcake or something?
No. Yeah, we just try to stay as tight knit as we can. Everyone knows everyone else, as much as we can anyway. Not that we get in each other's business constantly, but it's good to have friends,
Yeah, I ain't got. I don't have any of those, but okay, I'll just have to take your word for it.
Well, let's fix that. And Sophie did walk in. You said?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So then Ben.
She was about a
turns
half
to-
step behind you guys.
Okay. And he's the only other I take it Jim's behind the corner, and he was the only other one in here. Okay.
Yep.
So then Ben turns to Sophie and goes, "This is the Baron, Sophie Lore. Sophie, this is Ryan."
I will go to the door and lock it.
Okay. So I mean, at this point, he starts looking around. He says, and he looks at the guy behind the counter. He's like, "Wasn't that a masquerade breach?"
No. That's Jim. Hey, ladies, man, how's it going?
And so, yeah, he looks nervous with that comment. He's like, "I'm still on my meds."
No, everyone here is real, Jim. Everything's good. You're fine, bud.
Well, no, I know, but I'm not seeing women on. Never mind.
Oh.
Jim is
Anyway.
the guy that we mess with, right?
Yes.
Oh, Remus turns and it's like double take.
So then Ben turns to Ryan and goes, "Everyone here is in on it, even Jimbo over there."
Oh, okay. So what is this like in kind of a weird concept, an anarch pawn shop?
Little bit. You're gonna find a little bit of that here and there. Yeah, one of my ghouls runs this place. That tends to be a thing that happens. Uh, I'm guessing you don't have like a ghoul or anybody helping you out.
No, no, I yeah,
They can be extremely helpful, and she'll
I
hold
not
out her hand to shake
oh
his hand.
okay. So I mean, he shakes your hand. He says, "No offense, but no, they're no good to me."
Oh, okay. I mean, it's a personal choice. So nice to meet you. How are you getting along so far?
Uh, Fine, I guess. This is the longest I've been in any one place for a extended period of time. So
How, how does that feel? Besides,
it makes
weird.
me really nervous.
Are you? I'm sorry. Are you all right? You seem a little stressed.
Well, yeah, I mean, you if you were me, you'd always be stressed.
Well, maybe we can help you, but
Yeah. What makes you so stressed out?
It, just people tend to. I find trouble, and even though I don't mean to find it, so I just constantly stay on the move.
What kind of trouble?
Um, the vampire kind.
you'll fit in here.
And so he like looks at Remus when he says that, and he's like, "Okay."
I'm joking, but if you're looking for a place, Ashland's pretty all right. But if
Okay.
you need but if you need help, let us know.
Uh, to be honest, this is like the most conversation I've had in weeks. So,
It is a bit daunting to want you to go not speaking to people and suddenly be bombarded with these friendly personnel. I understand.
well, I mean, yeah. There's a lot of people here, and I don't know anybody's names.
Oh, right. So I'm Sophie. You know Ben.
And you saw me with Ben that night.
Oh, right. Okay.
I'm Remus.
I am Henri.
Hi. He kind of just waves with his hand, to everybody.
Do you need a hug? Would a hug help
Oh,
you?
no.
Okay.
No.
Because if you
Boundaries.
need one, Ben is a great hugger.
No,
Seth told me.
no.
I did not know this, Ben.
Seth just looks at Remus.
He funny guy.
Ben is a hugger.
Are you hugging other people?
No, he get in trouble all the time. So that's the type of camaraderie and maybe some other jabbing you can expect if you spend any amount of time with us, Ryan. We'd love to have you if you're able to stay.
What does it cost me?
I mean, it's not something that costs you.
This is a community. We don't deal that way.
Okay. But yeah, there's always a cost with something. Like,
Oh, well, I mean, living costs.
There are there's rules that you must follow.
well, yeah. I mean, I kind of figured that. Uh, Sorry, like I said, I don't really ever stay put anywhere because problems. But
I
Ben
understand completely. Yes.
Ben made it kind of sound like it's safe here for some reason.
We try to make it safe. Things come up, but that's why we're a community. We tackle them together.
As long as
Watch
you're,
each other's backs.
as long as you're, not actively, setting fires in our place, you can be a part of this community.
Or killing
One time, people. One
Well,
time.
I didn't mean like literal fires, but I meant like, yeah, if as long as you're not a mass murderer. Are you a mass murderer?
Hey,
Oh, I am accidentally
Yeah.
stepping on so many toes.
He's
Was
like,
not
not a mass murderer. I do not kill indiscriminately. It's just when you're in there. So
No, you're
yeah,
a serial killer. There's a difference.
no, I don't go out of my way to murder people. I've had to kill quite a few times, but
I mean, who among us hasn't? Comes with the existence.
I don't think Trish has.
you guys are like awful cavalier about this sort of thing. I've never met people like that.
Decent.
We're
Usually it's like top down kind of, you do what I say, or they just don't want me around and I get chased out of town.
I think
We're
trying
not
to
the
do
tower.
We're trying to do
That's
something
what's
different.
different. Sorry, Remus, go ahead.
No. I mean, you're in a room speaking with the Baron, with no pretenses, no guards, that's got to feel different, right?
I mean, there's a locked door.
Well, the
That's,
lock,
that's to keep the masquerade.
yeah,
In
the
case
locked door, yeah.
someone should happen to.
we don't want anybody walking in on this conversation.
Yeah, she does do business with just plain mortals.
Oh, okay. I mean, I guess
It's
that's
a
fair.
regular pawn shop.
Regular human pawn shop.
That's what it says at the top.
Yep.
It's in Dwarven.
So, it sounds like you've been all over and on the run, so to speak. But is there anything that you are particularly good at or interested in? Maybe we can help you find a place here.
I've never given it any consideration because I've never had a place to stay. Like I said, I roam around a lot.
What are you interested in? What do you like to do? Like when you're not running, is there
Living.
living's good.
What did you used to do?
Oh, I was a mechanic. That seems like
Okay.
a lifetime ago, but yeah.
That's a skill that there's always a need for.
Is that something you'd like to get some work doing? Like,
I mean, it would have to be like on the down low. You can't like put me on a payroll or something.
Sure, we could.
I'm listed as missing.
oh, well,
Okay.
get you.
Gotcha.
Um,
Speaking of which, real quick, do you know if anyone is after you? Like, have you made special enemies that you're literally running from that we should be aware of, or anything?
I'm sure the Sabat pack that made me hates my guts, but I haven't seen them in quite a while.
where was that? If you don't mind me asking.
Oh, Billings, Montana.
Okay, I don't think we've had any visitors from Montana, so
We're used to dealing with Sabat.
That's what Ben said.
yeah, we've had our share.
You don't happen to remember what they call themselves? Each Sabat pack typically has a name.
No, I don't remember. I remember the shovel. I remember being buried, and then I remember them trying to figure out what they wanted to do with me.
Good for you getting out of there.
Yeah.
Okay, Can I ask you a semi-personal question?
Can I decline semi-personally if it's too
Sure.
semi-personal?
Yes, of course. So understanding that you started this life as a shovelhead.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, go ahead. I think I know where you're going, but go ahead.
Were you ever taught how to be what you are?
Oh, no. I had to learn all that on the fly.
Have you learned how to use your innate abilities?
Yes. Much to my alarm.
Yeah, I bet.
So we have a great set of tapes that will teach you all of the do's and don'ts of.
And you can get them all now for 3 easy payments of $29.99.
Yeah.
It's Kindred 101.
That's going to be a huge class the way you guys are going.
Don't steal from your sire. Don't run. If you're a prodigy,
What a combination.
don't be a serial killer.
Don't need a prince.
Well,
Okay. Well,
Todd, you're muted, Todd.
You're still muted at your mic. There you go.
I wasn't a serial killer after I was a vampire. I was a serial killer before I was a vampire.
Oh,
Vampire just made it nicer. So,
it made it easier.
yeah.
Yeah, but are you still like? Do you think that the Sabat pack that do you think that there's hot on your trail?
Hang on a second.
For how long has it been?
Okay. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not there.
Okay, so he says, well, I mean, no, like I said, I haven't seen them in years.
Okay, I mean that's a good start. But yeah, no, if you need a new identity, I'm sure we can help provide you with that, so that way you can kind of get something going here.
Oh, wow. What, really? That I didn't even think that was a thing. I thought that was like only, international spies and mob bosses got that sort of thing.
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess, but if you're listed as missing, we can we can find ways to kind of help you blend in a bit, so that way it's easier for you to hide.
we do what we need to survive. Sometimes it's not strictly legal.
Well, no, I mean, I get that. Sorry, I'm. It's going to take a lot to get me not be on my guard.
Well, as I said, the mission of Ashland is, as an anarch city, is to be a refuge for those who are looking for a life of a little more freedom than either of the other factions. And we've nurtured this community to try and take care of each other and face problems together. So if that appeals to you at all, if it sounds like something that you'd like to give a try, you're welcome to stay as long as you would like to. Just, the usual rules, keep the masquerade, try and keep that low profile, and
You're not the only one who was on the run and found refuge here.
And
Okay.
and if those Sabat come looking for you and they want to start a fight, well, You know,
We'll do to them what we did to the last ones.
Which was what?
Well, Portland used to be filled with Sabbat, and it isn't now, for one.
there was that time,
So,
and then
would you tell them to leave, or?
We've kind of forcefully evicted them.
Oh wow.
a really bad tenant.
And yeah, there's been a couple of packs that we've had to deal with. One no longer exists.
Yeah. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah, good times.
Okay. I mean, I'd like to help if I could. I just, like I said, it's all
Well,
really new to me.
a mechanic is useful.
Yeah.
Do any of you know a shop that maybe take him under wing?
What about Colin?
Well, it's not the same kind of shop exactly. We'll see. Todd, you're muted again.
I keep muting it for the fan. What type of shop do you need?
Just a place with
Like
tools.
cars and motorcycles, right? Because that's
Well, yeah.
the kind of mechanic.
Don't we know somebody who like runs or I'm thinking like a motorcycle gang, right?
Yeah, there are a few gangs in town.
Oh yeah, Roxy.
That's a car club, and I think he should take a white berth.
Jerome, how do I handle my cars? Do I have a mechanic that I take the creamsicle to? Like,
you have people for that.
You
Yeah,
actually don't have people for that as of yet. It's not really something that's come up.
I mean, you have people that handle the people for that.
But yeah.
oh, like, okay.
And hold that thought real quick. Go ahead and keep talking. I'll be right back.
Okay. Yeah, I could ask. I could kind of send out some feelers if you're looking for a job, or there's opportunity. I don't know why I'm talking. He's gone.
Yeah, I was gonna say, he's not really there.
He's there to me. No.
That was pretty great.
It exists in my
I was
mind.
like, wait a minute.
I was a character. You don't shake Johnny Depp out of the pirate. No, that'd be funny though.
Yeah. I mean, the Roxy thing was a good idea, except for it's Roxy.
Yeah, I'm still waiting on information regarding her, by the way. Haven't got any updates, but yeah, who knows? I mean, just to make sure, probably just, like you said, give her a wide berth, stay clear of the Southside Souls.
At least
Oops.
as long as she's in town.
I mean, who knows how long that's going to be if she's their sponsor right now.
Hopefully not too long.
Sophie should just run for mayor, so that way we could just have like, mayor, like go and find a place.
I actually, I kind of own the mayor, actually.
Oh, is he your son?
No.
Okay.
But if that's actually an underutilized tool. Just FYI, if we need the mayor to do something. I usually try and keep it kind of subtle because
You
obviously
might want to ask him what he's looking for.
the mayor.
No.
Ryan,
You've kind of walked around. Does he need a job? Blah, blah, blah. Straight out ask him why he came to Ashland and what he's looking for to stay
I
here.
thought he was just on his way through to the next
Yeah.
building.
Yeah, that's what I thought so too.
So Jerome, we made the decision. Ryan is going to sleep over at Henri's place. I don't even know if he could hear us.
Well, I can.
Okay, cool. You left, and I was still talking to Ryan. I was like, wait a minute.
So
It was cute.
Ben,
Yeah.
what were you going to have Sophie do?
Let's see. Well, so look, how to go about this? I'll just be brief and straight to the point with you, Ryan. We have had some individuals come by who, well, they're not good guys, and we've had our fair share of run-ins, like we just talked to you about how we've run into the Sabbat a few times. We've got our fair share of ne'er-do-wells in the city. So you want to keep your head on a swivel, so to speak, for anybody who's weird and suspicious. And then he takes a glance over at Sophie, and he kind of scratches his head a little bit and goes, "But I mean, if there's anything you're thinking of as far as what you want to do here, where you're planning on going, I mean, was there a reason you were coming through this town? It could have been any town that you could have gone through. I know you're trying to make your way and stay out of trouble, but is there any place you were headed to specifically?"
No, literally no other place.
I guess this is a signal, and he wants Sophie to jump into his head,
Okay.
which don't like doing to PCs unless they're willing. What's the difficulty on this?
I need to pull up the book. How do we figure out the difficulty again for
I think it's willpower of your
Is it telepathy?
yeah.
opponent.
Yeah, it's willpower.
Intelligence difficulty is the subject's current willpower.
Thank you. So it's going to be difficulty 8.
I had the book open to aspects just in case.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
I have one dot in it.
I got a -2 botch.
Oh my god.
To
Wow.
That is the other side of the pendulum.
to balance
Yeah, it really
Yes.
scales from
is.
my previous roll.
Wow, so you
That
got a
one's-
botch, huh?
I got 2 botch.
Oh wow.
The balance
double
is
whammy.
restored.
Oh,
So no
The
success.
underwear stopped talking.
So no successes, and you got
2 1s.
2 1s. Oof. Okay.
If you have more than 1 does the botch increase in severity?
No.
Is
I
it
don't
okay?
know.
Depends on who's doing the game.
But there's that too,
Depends
yes.
on the ST.
Yeah.
Oh.
Depends on how much fun he wants to
So
have.
let me break out the Middle Earth role playing critical fail charts.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Which crit table? I want to know which
Yeah.
crit table you're going to use for this.
Those are god awful.
And,
Did you say Middle Earth?
Yes.
We get attacked by orcs?
and so
No, they have crit
this
tables for
area of
everything,
the brain.
including plasma guns.
Dang.
Oh, okay.
I mean, everything. Unbelievable.
Sophie, you immediately get a migraine. And in fact, I'll get with you in a second about that. But you guys see Sophie drop to the ground unconscious.
Okay. Can I try to catch her?
Give me a wits and alertness check, difficulty 8, to see if you even had a chance to think of it because you were talking to him. Because it's spontaneous. It's not like a feint. It's like
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah.
All right, difficulty 8.
Mm-hmm.
Wait. Okay. I
But it
don't have any
looks from
special.
the outside like I was just
I don't have any special
Uh-oh.
assistance.
We got somebody redeeming points.
Oh, I got one success.
Who's it going to, Rachel?
It's going to Sophie.
Okay. Sophie, you got a free reroll.
I mean, it's a little late, but
Remus, what'd you get?
I will take it.
I got one success.
Okay.
Sorry, I came in a little late because I had to go.
It's okay.
That's
I
fine.
didn't even think about re-rolling.
So Remus, you end up seeing her knees buckle immediately. So you can roll your dexterity and athletics to try and catch her. Difficulty 8.
And practice with the
If
dice
you have
rolling.
celerity, you can add that.
I do. I have 3 dots in celerity, so is that 3 extra
That's
dice?
3 extra dice, yes.
Very nice.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so dexterity and what was the other one? I'm sorry.
Athletics.
Athletics. Okay. So it's 9. And you said difficulty 8?
Difficulty 8. Indeed.
I got 4. Yeah, so 4 successes.
Nice. So you guys probably see Remus first, lunging out towards Sophie real quick and catching her before she completely falls. But she, completely blacks out.
Oh, whoa.
And Ryan at this point is like looking around like, what the heck?
So Ben looks over and kind of runs over to Sophie as well and looks like, "Hey, Baron, you okay?
Is she
going on?"
okay?
What was she trying to do? No. Sorry. I forgot I'm not there. I apologize.
I've been biting my tongue a couple times sitting on the outside, but that's okay. I wasn't going to let everyone go inside with no one outside.
I check her pulse. Is her heart beating?
Oh no,
Is she breathing?
No, she's not breathing and no pulse.
she looks really pale.
She's cold as ice.
Oh no.
Cold as ice.
Have to throw in a Baymax oh no there for that.
Somebody put their ear against my foot.
Your foot.
I'm kidding. Like the Little Mermaid.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like, are we supposed to hear the pulse of life in your shoes?
So I mean,
With her
she's
shoes,
completely
maybe.
blacked out and limp. And Ryan at this point is like looking around like, he was already a little edgy before, and now he's like got his hand on his like the dagger thing that was connected to his belt, and like looking around, expecting trouble at this point.
I guess none of us really have an idea of kind of what caused this.
No,
right?
she was talking, and all of a sudden, blah.
Okay.
I'm going to do aspects to see if there's anybody else around that we didn't look, thinking that maybe she's being attacked.
Okay, go ahead. Difficulty 8. Perception and empathy.
How do we wake up a vampire? Quick, somebody bring me designer clothes. We'll waft them under her nose to see.
No,
if it
that's that's not how you're going to do that for Sophie.
Oh.
You bring her a bum.
Oh no.
Oh, to scare her awake.
Yep.
It has to be terror sweat.
She immediately goes into torpor.
I'll just go over and put my hand by her nose. It's like,
we look at Ryan and be like, she can only be woken by a kiss.
Oh my.
She can only be awakened by Ab's first kiss.
Oh my gosh. 2 successes.
Okay.
So I'm scanning all around to see if I'm picking up anybody like obfuscated.
No, you don't see anything out of the ordinary, or anybody that is there now that shouldn't have been.
I'm not seeing anybody.
Ben's going to use Jeez. Or perception on Sophie to see if he can see anything in her aura.
Okay.
Three successes.
3 successes. Okay. So you look over Sophie's aura. Sophie's aura is pale, obviously. You've confirmed she's a vampire. Congratulations.
Yes.
And she's apparently in a lot of pain.
So Ben is like, she's in a lot of pain, but I can't tell why.
Maybe we should move her someplace less pawn shoppy.
Ben, do you want to take her home?
Moving her from here doesn't make a lot of sense because where would we take her? Hold on. So he brings out his phone and he texts Colin.
Okay.
And says, "Hey, has Sophie ever just randomly fainted on you before?"
So you get a text back, and he says, "Is this a joke? Because I didn't know we were like that. Because if that was a case, I would say, yeah, when I got the hot tub."
I take her breath away all the time.
What are we? And he texts back like, "What are we talking about here?"
So
we should call him.
So Ben texts back, "We were talking to someone, and she suddenly fell limp, and I can tell she's in a lot of pain, but I can't tell why."
Okay, so he texts, "That's news to me. Where are you at?"
"Forfeit here, pawn shop."
Okay. And he just gives a thumbs up.
Okay. So then he pockets his phone. "Colin will be here soon. Maybe he can figure something out with what he can do. He's going to know her better than most of us, I'm sure."
Is there a back room we can, like, at least, get this unconscious person out of the main room of a pawn shop?
Maybe we can put her in a bed here. And so
upstairs.
Follow me. Yeah. So Ben heads upstairs, knocks on the door. "Hey, Shannon, you in there?"
No one answers.
See if I can open the door.
Yeah, it comes open. It's not locked.
Okay. Go inside. Is she there, or is she just not there?
No, she's not there. Lights are out and everything.
Okay. I turn on the lights and then say, "Here, go ahead and sit her on the bed. She's at least comfortable."
Okay.
I'll carry her and put her on the bed, take her shoes off. I'm assuming she's wearing heels.
Yep.
I'm staying down with Ryan.
Okay. I mean, he's still like looking around and it's like, so what just happened?
I don't know.
Does she like system reset frequently?
No. No. And I can't see anybody obfuscated, so I don't think it was attack from here.
So he starts like looking around the store, kind of prowling a little bit.
Lily, see, I told you. Seth takes out her phone and she texts both Revis and Damaris and tells them Baron went down. See if anybody's outside around the building.
Revis takes out one of his almost human hands, flips the phone open, goes, "Seriously?"
Seriously, she just went down. And we can't revive her. See if anybody's around the building. Because nobody's inside that could have attacked her.
Revis has reluctantly not breathed in because with his current form and senses, the smell is going to be a little bit strong. But Jerome, just to satisfy them, I'm going to use my heighten olfactory senses and see if there's anything unusual in the surrounding environment.
Sure. Okay. I can tell you, no matter what you roll, you're not picking up anything outside of copious amounts of alcohol next door.
That's pretty much what I thought.
Yeah.
I go, nothing present.
Damaris will text, what happened?
We were talking to Ryan. She was talking to Ryan, and mid sentence, she just crumbled. Revis caught her, and they took her upstairs. Colin is on his way, so you will see him soon. But I used Auspex to see if somebody, was obfuscated. We didn't know about it. And I don't know if this is a mental attack or something else.
I mean, it's possible, but I know that. Well, she's texting this back. But I don't see anybody out here either. She totally didn't check, but she doesn't know that.
Okay, well, just keep an eye out.
So Persephone, give me a wits and investigations check, difficulty 6.
Okay. Four successes.
Nice.
Okay. So as you're talking talking on the phone, texting and whatnot, trying to get the others to look around, you happen to see Ryan is looking around as well, like physically, like kind of skulking around, probably trying to see if he can see something like you guys are. And he keeps looking at a mirror that's for sale, kind of like looking at it and giving it a side eye and then kind of walking away and looking over at another reflective surface, just kind of like, and then kind of shrugs and keeps just walking around.
Are you picking up anything?
He's like, hey, when you say something, he because he was intent on looking, and you ask him and he's like, no, I don't. That's what's weird. I'm not seeing anything. But I guess nobody else is either.
No, I just did an aura perception to see if somebody was obfuscated, and the guys outside say they haven't seen anything either.
Okay. Huh.
Of course, she's gonna kind of. She's not gonna show it, but she's suspicious of the La Sombra.
Okay, that's fine.
Go figure. Tremere of Sombra. No, nothing wrong there.
Are we still upstairs, or are we?
Yeah,
okay.
You guys are there. Eventually, you guys hear the rumble of a truck come pulling up, screeching to a stop in front of the forfeit here pawn shop.
Seth will go and unlock the door for him.
Okay. And so he comes running in. He says, "Where is she?"
Upstairs.
Oh, Christ. And so he goes running into the back and eventually finds the steps and comes running up there.
I'm going to relock the door. She's going to look at Ryan, her husband.
Vampires get married?
Some.
Yes.
Oh. Huh.
With that many abs, you got to lock it down.
If you saw his abs, you would understand. No, I didn't say that.
Was he wearing a mesh T-shirt, Jerome?
Yes, actually he was.
Nice.
Ryan now entranced.
Yeah, no, actually, it's like those animes where the healing magic only works when you take off all your clothing and press your body up against the other, the person you need to heal.
Is that an anime thing?
Yeah.
It's some anime. It's one of those.
It is definitely some anime. It's not a hentai thing, but I've seen it in anime before. Like the physical contact is what heals, and so if they just regularly touch him, it's like, oh, but it's like, oh, I have to use my full power. Undress, lay. It's like, okay.
Never seen one of those kind.
In particular,
I haven't either.
yeah. In particular, Fatal Fury, Fatal Fury, the motion picture has that in it.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Okay. It's based on video games, of course.
Well, that too, yeah. So he comes running up there to to see what's up, and of course there she is motionless.
Yeah.
And he says, and he looks at Ben and Remus or whoever else is up there, and he's like, "So she just dropped? Like, what happened?"
We were talking to Ryan downstairs. I don't know if you saw him, a new guy, and then
Barely.
Gotcha. And then just all of a sudden, she just went down like a sack of potatoes. I took a look at her aura, and it looks like she's in pain, but I don't know what's causing her pain.
I don't either. It's a little out of my purview. You've shaken her. She's not waking up. It's like torpor.
Yeah, I mean, Ben goes over and he's like, "Hey, Sophie.
Yeah.
Anybody in there?"
Yeah, nothing.
Yeah.
I carried her up here. She would have been jostled while doing so.
Am I able to get out and go in?
Of
knock
course.
on the door.
Yeah.
Steph will let you in.
Yeah. So I'll go in.
Okay.
Yeah, what's the password?
What's the high sign?
What
Secret
is on the other side of this card?
Okay, I want to look something up real quick.
Okay.
I don't get to use this often. I don't know if this would help at all, but I have one dot of Valerian, and that is the sense vitality, whatever. I don't know if that would help me determine how she is.
You could certainly give it a shot.
Find out. So
Sure.
Seth will tell her she's upstairs.
Remus is going to suggest, maybe try giving her a kiss. Maybe this is a princess situation.
No.
Really, Remus.
Vampires and princes and kisses.
Thank God Ryan's not up there. He'd be so confused.
Yeah, so I'll go up there and I'll just kind of look at her, and I haven't used this ability in ever, so we'll see if I remember how to do it. But it's basically sense vitality. I can detect how healthy an individual is and other blood information.
Whatever you can do, go for it.
All right, so I'll go down and I'll I don't know, I guess I need to touch her or something, just to kind of sense her.
Yeah, we were just talking about the whole touch thing, so yeah. Take off your clothes, lay on top of her.
All right. Remus goes down.
Spoon. Is she normally the big spoon or the little spoon, Colin?
Big spoon, of course.
Remus leaves the room.
Yeah, so you need to
This
roll.
is too much for Remus.
You need to roll
Okay.
perception and empathy, difficulty 7.
Okay.
That's too much
Perception.
education for such a young mind.
He just doesn't want to see it.
All you with this path of
Okay.
humanity thing.
No, he's just like, I don't these are my coworkers. I don't need to see it naked.
Path of humanity.
I mean,
Lose a little bit of that, it stops bothering you.
Oh my God.
if you've worked with Sophie long enough, you're probably going to see her.
6,
She's somewhat
7 successes with my 10
Woo!
exploding.
Wow.
She cannot roll
I'll-
again.
I'll-
Remember
I'll-
that.
I'll do Ric Flair so you can actually hear it. Woo! Woo!
Okay, so let me see. So, I don't want to do that. That's blah. Okay, so what you do? So what you know is she has not sustained any health level damage. You know that she is almost close to full blood pool. You know that Sophie is very clean. She is free of any diseases. It's specific. These are things that per levels. This is what you would find out with Valerian. And what you What you do know is that it is mental.
Okay. Okay. And I know that at this level of Valerian, there's no like eyeball that shows up, right?
That
It's
is
just
correct.
simply me
You have
just
to
kind
be
of
level
touching her.
3 to get your third eye.
Yeah. And I'll never get that. I only got this because I was lucky on getting a kill. um. Anyway. Okay. So.
Because it's
I can.
because you ate one.
Yep.
Is that the guy from season 1?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I
Way
forgot
back.
that he was
So that's how long we've gone without her ever using that discipline.
I haven't had to.
Nice.
At least not noticeably, I guess. Anyway, so basically she'll kind of lay down and kind of like sort of touch her like forehead and whatever, and well, I can tell you that she's not physically hurt, but whatever this damage is, it's mental, not physical. So was she doing anything at the time that you guys were talking? Because I know that she has the ability to get into people's heads, right? I mean, she's
Yeah.
taught me.
Would that hurt her or knock her out? She's done that a lot. I've never seen
I
this
have
happen to her.
more than once given myself a migraine for just touching a wrong nerve, so to speak. Um,
I mean, a migraine, sure, but this bad?
well, maybe she popped a blood vessel trying too hard. I don't know.
Jeez.
Well, if that's the most likely thing, then at least it's kind of a relief that she's not being attacked
Well,
mentally.
she's not. I mean, she's not physically dying or anything, but she did something to whatever mental ability she was doing, and it totally messed her up.
Okay. Um,
Maybe we should
She
let
knocked herself
Ryan.
out thinking too hard, I think.
Maybe we should let Ryan go and maybe continue this another time. We don't know how long Sophie's going to be out of commission.
Well, she's full up on blood, so she doesn't need that. I think she just needs a rest.
Well, yeah. Well, that's what I mean. Is like maybe we should call off this meeting so that way Ryan can kind of. He seems kind of skittish already. We don't need to alarm him with this.
sure. Yeah, I'll go
Yeah.
down and talk to him here. So Ben heads downstairs.
Okay.
So I'm still downstairs with them.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I've had my eye on him the entire time.
Yeah, I mean, he's just kind of looking around and pacing, trying to figure out what just happened. It really unnerved him.
Yeah, when she sees Ben, she's gonna walk over to him. So, do we know what happened?
So she might have been trying to do one of her mind things, and that blew a gasket, more or less, and she's just kind of out. Hopefully she can just sleep it off. Like, I'm thinking of just having Colin taking her home. Ryan, yeah, weird that this happened to happen right now. Bad luck, I guess, but that's not usual. As you can see, we're good here. It doesn't seem like anyone's on the prowl. Just something weird happened to her. But again, we're glad that you're here. As you can see, we're all here to help each other. You saw how quickly we all just acted trying to help her out. You can kind of expect the same type of treatment. In fact, if you want to exchange numbers, we'll keep in contact. You still at Callahan's, or you got a place of your own right now?
No, I was still there, but I mean, no one really gave me a time limit. I didn't want to be a mooch.
There isn't necessarily, but oh, hi Ryan. By the way, we met before. It was dark.
Yeah.
Damaris.
Hi.
Ben, maybe you can reach out to and perhaps assist Ryan with new identification.
Well, can see what we do, or can do.
I doubt Isadora would be willing to change the appearance again.
Yeah, I mean, okay. So when you said you were missing, was that from like a particular state, and how long ago was that, Ryan?
Oh, yeah, that was Billings, Montana.
Yeah, he
That
said
was Montana. Okay.
he left his pack up there.
How long ago did this happen?
You did
Oh,
mention.
I think the missing persons report was probably filed sometime around 1999.
Oh,
Okay, so time is so yeah, you could get away with new identification and start all over again.
Yeah, different state, been that long. A lot of places just kind of assume they're dead at that point, unless they can find reason that they're not. So I think you'll be okay. I'll see what I can do about getting you some papers or whatever. And if you are looking for, you know, wonder if we could maybe use somebody at Pantheon.
That
Yep,
strikes a nerve.
What's Pantheon outside of Greek?
Pantheon Investigations. I'm a lead investigator there. It's a private investigation firm. Recently opened up. You ever do any type of security work or anything of that nature?
Kind of, yeah.
Really?
Not,
What did you do?
um, I stood guard for some ceremonies.
Ceremonies.
What
Yeah.
I'm just
kind of
gonna look at him,
ceremonies?
knowing,
Like
yeah,
private
that he's
security,
the bot.
you know. Not
Ceremonies, huh?
not
Oh,
Sabat. Native
Oh,
oh,
Indians, you know.
oh, wow.
are you Native Indian?
Me? Oh no.
Doesn't he have like red hair or something?
Yeah,
It's dark red hair. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, did you live on a reservation or something? Would there be one in Montana?
Oh yeah, a lot.
Oh,
Yeah.
Huh.
interesting.
Okay. Hey, well, how about we swing by Pantheon Investigations and I mean, and then he looks at the rest like with the Baron kind of out for the count for tonight. I'm not sure that we've got a lot else going on. Just everyone keep your nose clean, keep your eyes open, just in case something else happens. Glad that Bastion's out of our hair right now, but if anybody else happens to see someone who also doesn't cast shadow or cast reflections and looks like Christopher Walken, let me know, because he's still out there.
So you have somebody looks like Christopher Walken around here? Isn't that like super specific?
Yeah, it is strange, but he seems to have it out for us. He's gone against us at least once, tried to sick some hunters on us, but we thwarted that pretty quick. But yeah, he does what it seems like he's your clan, the Somber. He doesn't show up correctly on cameras. I don't know if you knew your thing does that. Yeah, you
Oh,
don't show
I mean,
up.
I know that now. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It trust me, it took me a few times to figure out why people were giving me a second look when I walked into a Quickie Mart.
Gotcha. Yeah, so there's a guy like that walking around. Be careful, of course. Yeah, for now, if you're at Callahan's, good. We'll see if we can find something else out for you. And yeah, don't hesitate to reach out. But we'll swing by Pantheon once we're done here and see what we can do for you.
Are you wanting me to go with you, or do you just want me to head home?
You can come with, of course.
Okay.
So, I mean, he kind of shrugs and he looks around a second. He's like he was smelling something, and he peeks out the window, and then he kind of looks around again, like something caught his attention, and he says, this is gonna sound weird, but maybe it doesn't. Have you guys had problems with like spirits or anything before?
Oh, he's sensing. He's probably sensing Dougie. Doug.
Dougie.
Dougie.
You guys named him Doogie, and I just let you run with it.
Yeah. Dougie, yeah. Even though Shannon isn't here right now, and then he looks over to Jim. Hey, Jim. You know where Shannon went off to?
Oh, she said she had a date.
Shannon has a date.
Really? Huh.
What? I'm curious now. What did her date look like?
But Henri is here.
No. She's not with me.
Yeah, he's like, I didn't see the person. I guess it was through an online app or something.
Oh gosh. If she comes up missing again, she's going to look at Ben. You really need to talk to her about.
She's good, but she was up to. I mean, how was she going to protect herself from that guy? What I would have taught her that would have kept her safe. I mean, really.
Jerome, am I downstairs or am I still up with
You
Sophie?
are wherever you would like to be.
Oh, okay. Yeah, now I'm not sure. Well, Colin can carry her down probably, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I guess he doesn't need me. I'll just keep staring at him. So yeah, I'll go downstairs.
Okay. Here's like the abs.
It all of a sudden became odd.
So
I mean, he's not going to heal her by taking off his clothes, is he?
I mean,
he's going to do that. He should probably.
That would almost get Reeves to come up and do a picture.
Yeah. He just flexes and his clothes fly off. I don't know how it happens, but I'm walking downstairs.
It's a blood discipline.
it's like that scene from
Bruce Almighty.
Liar Liar, or no, Bruce Almighty, yeah, where he just goes, huh, and all of his clothes come flying off.
That's pretty much how it goes.
So,
I just had an image of like Colin unbuttoning his shirt with his abs from the inside. I don't know. It's so stupid.
It's his abdominals.
Oh God! All right.
So, anyways, now that we thoroughly derailed, back in character. So, no, he's just like, no, like. So what's a Dougie?
Yeah, Dougie. He is actually Shannon's spirit friend. Put it that way. She can actually see and talk to spirits. Can you do that?
Kinda, yeah. I don't know if it's the same way though.
Oh, I mean, how are you like sensing the spirit? What's going on?
I smell them.
Oh, I
Really?
didn't know they had a scent.
Some do, yeah.
What do they smell?
Does he smell like cigarette smoke by chance?
You could say that.
Okay, that makes sense.
Worse, I think, would probably be but along that train of thought, yeah. Can I go upstairs real quick? Do you guys mind?
Why
That's
do
fine,
you need to go upstairs?
Following my nose.
I'll follow with you. Lead the way.
Very different.
I'm gonna follow as well.
Sure.
Follow.
Stairway's going to get crowded.
So
I'll
everybody
stay
just
downstairs.
kind of follows the guy up. Yeah.
Hi ho, hi
Yeah,
ho.
pretty much.
And then you have Sophie and Colin coming down. Yep. Okay.
So no, Colin is still there, and so he's like looking. Colin looks up at him and is like, he just looks at somebody who's going to reply, but he's pointing at the new guy.
That's Ryan.
We are going upstairs. He smells something. I don't know.
He smelled something?
This is the conversation I heard. Yes.
He said he's following his nose, but I think maybe he just checking something out.
He says, yeah. He pulls out like a little, what looks like a little charm. In essence, it's probably a necklace, but he just keeps it in a pouch for some reason. And he's kind of like looking, he's looking around, and he hovers over Sophie a second, and he goes, huh. And so Colin's like, okay, what does huh mean? And he's like, I don't know, but it feels like it's coming from right here. And
Sophie smells like cigarette smoke.
He's pointing like it's over. He's like, that bad smell, basically. Yeah.
Don't ever tell her that.
Wait, hold on. Is he implying that there might be like some ghost or something that is originating from Sophie, or maybe Sophie's?
What is it that you're detecting? Yeah.
You can smell the short circuit in her brain.
a bad spirit.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, that changes things.
Did Sophie, when she had her trip, did she get ejected and now there's a ghost inside?
That happens?
I'm asking you.
I guess it could. Look, she's your friend. I don't know, but
we need a Giovanni.
Would anybody? Could I like just pray over her a second? Would that be okay?
Something you learned from that time in Montana?
Yeah.
Well,
literally,
it's up to her husband, really.
And so Colin's like, can somebody clue me in on who new guy is? And
Ryan is a new anarch to Ashland. He's La Sombra, and he's had some experience with some Native American tribes, sounds like, in Montana years back.
So Colin kind of looks at him a second. He says, "Is that where you got that knife?" And he looks down for a second. He says, "Oh yeah, actually, good catch."
Was the knife visible to us? Or like...
I mean, yeah, in the sheath, but yeah.
Okay, I wasn't sure if this guy just had like a knife like hidden on him.
Oh,
but...
no.
Okay.
No, it's like at his waist, like around by his belt.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure like my reaction was like, oh, well, you have a knife, like.
So he just takes a moment and he mutters something, but it sounds kind of like a little bit of a prayer. And at that point he gets up, and Sophie, why don't you roll your willpower?
Yep.
You do have a reroll.
She actually does have
that is true.
Yeah.
Willpower.
Can you double botch on willpower?
Shh! Don't do that.
Sorry.
3 successes.
Okay. So at that point, Sophie, you wake up in somebody else's bed.
With everybody staring down at you.
With like... And for a second, it's almost like that wall-eye camera sort of look. So like everybody's just kind of like in a really close capacity looking down at you and just distorted a bit. So it's like a large crowd of people.
How do I feel?
Like a weight is lifted. Your head still hurts though.
Okay, so Sophie like opens her eyes wide and like takes a big breath and looks a little panicked and then kind of relaxes and then like puts her hand on her head.
And so Colin at this point, grabs one of your hands, and he says, and he's like, "Babe, what happened? Do you remember anything?
Do I remember?
What you were doing?" Yeah.
Okay. So, oh my gosh. Okay. I kind of like if I threw a banana peel and then I accidentally stepped on the banana peel and like broke my back. That's kind of what happened.
Oh yes, banana peels.
Okay, trying to do what?
Good grief.
Yeah, usually I'm a little better psychic than that. What's going on?
Psychic? What?
Toreador.
Yeah, and so Ryan again, it's kind of back to the confused stage.
I'm gonna pat Ryan on the shoulder like, hey, that was awesome. Thank you.
Oh, that was just like a small little healing prayer I picked up back in Montana.
Oh.
A healing prayer?
Yes.
Okay.
We couldn't really wake you up, Sophie, but Ryan did a healing prayer, and
yeah, I picked up on what was a maybe a bad spirit.
That's
Did you?
really weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just, I was trying to do something mentally and, just tweaked my brain the wrong way.
Okay.
Yeah, I think everybody at that point has the same. Okay.
I'm
You gave your brain a Charlie horse. Sure.
Tweak your brain. Okay. Sure.
What did I miss? How long was I out?
Like several minutes.
No, at this point, she was out like 45 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Because Colin had to have time to get down there.
That's true. Yeah, like 40 to 50 minutes, somewhere around there, like a bit. Colin came down here. We called him because didn't know if this had happened to you before.
I mean, it's the kind of thing that, like a feedback migraine.
I've experienced something similar to that before.
Mm-hmm.
And she's gonna look at Ben and says, "Auspex."
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry to worry everyone.
Yeah, you kind of frightened us there for a second. We thought you were being attacked.
So Ryan, at this point, excuses himself to go walk downstairs. He's like, I'll leave you guys to this.
I'll go with him.
Okay.
Just kind of, yeah.
Well, that's embarrassing.
Well, at least Remus was able to catch you before you hit the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, my head still hurts a lot. Do we have anything else to do tonight? I think I'd like to just...
Not really. If you want to go home with your husband, Ben's actually going to take Ryan over to Pantheon.
Well,
Yeah.
Seems like he's got some interesting skills. Did anyone look at his knife?
No, I didn't see his knife. Why?
I don't know. It was just a point of interest when I read his aura before.
Colin mentioned
Colin mentioned that too.
Colin is still here.
Yeah. Sorry, Colin.
He is flexing in relief. that his wife is okay.
Yeah. No, he just like, I mean, but it's clear he knows, or at least had access to some little bits of magic of some kind.
Do you
Yeah,
think
I
that's
don't know a lot about Las Sombras.
is that common, Colin, with Native American tribes? Do you have like a lot of sorcerer types among them?
Like shamans, yeah. I
Huh.
mean, if you want to correlate the two, I mean, it's not like common, like every tribe you go to, you're gonna, throw a bunch of sticks out there and you're gonna find a bunch of shamans. It's not much different than a city to vampires, I guess,
Okay,
but it's not uncommon.
just hadn't heard of a vampire learning those skills. Seems like he really took to it.
Yeah, it's news to me.
Oh,
Right.
could come in handy.
Exactly. Well, all right, Baron. Stop thinking so hard. Don't blow any more circuits up there or anything. Take a breather.
Sorry
And
about that.
I mean, if we're all good, I think we're good. Steph and I will show Ryan the ropes at Pantheon, see if that's what he wants to do, and if anybody finds anything suspicious, anybody sees that Christopher Walken fella, anything, let me know. I'm making a list. I'm checking it every night.
Checking it twice.
Okay. So that is where we're going to stop for the night. It's a full 3 hours of game at that point. So congrats. I had a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it.
Yes.
Yeah, this was a fun episode.
That's good.
So tomorrow night we are playing Marvel Superheroes. Join us as we begin play again. We start at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Then next week we will be playing on Wednesday and Thursday Cyberpunk and Street Fighter respectively. So tune in for that. Both of those start at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then of course there will be no Blood Ties game on the 26th, because I will be at another convention again, trying to spend some more time with Colin before he ends up leaving. So I'll be going to a gaming convention here in town. Another one, actually. Not doing any panels or anything, so unfortunately I don't have anything that I can turn in from there, but just games. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you for everybody for the raid, and anybody tuning in, of course, when you guys watch us on the replay too. And everybody have a good night. Good night, guys.
Good night. Au revoir.